I always want to do that, but I can never find all of them. It's like I can find 2 and all the other colors. So I was like, yo, where's the other part of the rainbow?
Those are the more popular colors. You have to pay extra to get those. You have to unlock the DLC for those colors.
Can you imagine if that's how clothes actually were?
Oh my god!
It was like, oh, you can get the black and blue Jordans, but if you want the gray Jordans with the baby blue trim, DLC.
There's like an electronic thing that this lady has with their clothes where she can like change the color of the clothes, which I thought was dope. And like the patterns and shit, like they can program different patterns. And the dope thing is, even I think that like runs on batteries, but even if they turn off even if it turns itself off, it stays on the last pattern it was on. Which would suck if it was transitioning and then you look like fucking Tomioka or whatever. You got like half your fucking shirt is the one design. You got the other half is some weird shit.
Double. Or I wonder if they, because I know they have this material where it can like generate electricity off of your body. I wonder if they use that, but it might not be enough generation to do that.
Shaking the microphone, and it's on. It can hear you texting.
Bruh. That's right, speed texter.
Texting like, yeah, but is that even legible?
Yes, it is.
Let me see.
Because it said fed.
I thought you were going to say something different. I'd be like, your fingers just knew you wanted to say it.
No, it literally was gibberish, but fed somehow was spaced out in the middle of all that.
Feed me more.
Ryback is a beast.
Better be fresh as hell.
Is he still well, you probably haven't been watching recently, have you?
No. I've been watching bits and pieces. I don't recall seeing anything of Ryback at all.
What's that? Big wrestler. He's like one of those like mad big jack dudes.
Well, if you had just taken the TV package gracefully that they were trying to shove down our throats, and we could have been watching. We could have been watching wrestling this whole fucking time.
Well, it's on Fox now, or at least SmackDown is. Yeah.
Do we have like a antenna or something to put on our TV so we can watch local channel? I think if you just plug the thing in, you can watch local channels.
Hanger.
Yeah, I don't know. Spectrum is being stupid.
I need to get that actually, so I can watch Supernatural.
So at least we'll have a full year of Spectrum, because after the year, I'm shutting it down.
No, really?
Yeah, and then we'll re-up.
I'll do it
to get that $65 promotional price.
Oh no, that Joe he don't live here no more.
It's like I'm moving.
See his car not here.
Like I'm moving, and I'm not taking y'all with me. I'm going back to Frontier. Bye, bitches.
Frontier fucking sucked.
Frontier service sucks because everyone is tired of them dealing with phone lines.
The fuck was that?
Throttle.
Oh.
But
I don't know what the fuck we're doing there.
Their customer service and everything else that they do, 1,000,000 times better.
Oh yeah.
I was about to cuss out everybody dealing with Spectrum the 3 times I had to call.
That's
because
how
all
of
them are rude as fuck.
That's how you get what you need, though. You cuss people out. That's the only thing they respond to.
I shouldn't have to cuss someone out for them to realize that y'all being fucking stupid.
To their training.
What if they're like
they're trained to help you once you cuss them out? Listen, motherfucker. Yes.
So per price, what was like were you guys on the same price plan as you were with Frontier as you are now with Spectrum?
No, I'm paying more.
Okay.
I have a question. We're also getting like better service though. I have a question.
Are we? Because apparently we're still have a lot of issues with dropping the internet and all that other shit too.
There was an outage the other day because I got the outage. Remember I called to ask about the internet.
My question though for you is: did you smack the white off someone and is it still on your arms?
Oh, paint exploded at work.
I was about to say.
And just being a pain to wash off.
Tell somebody twice.
Yeah, they decided to put a bunch of paint behind snow throwers. They pull out the snow throwers.
It's almost like stacking.
Yeah. I only put flooring up there too, so like the flooring fell into it and it was wonderful. Slowed us down by like an hour. Not fun.
You want to have paint on your flooring?
Why do you want to be around all the white people?
Be happy you're not in Jersey. In Jersey.
Well, he used to be in Jersey.
Why do you keep saying that? I don't understand why you keep saying that.
I mean, that would explain the
No part
the
of me
has
never been. No part of me has ever been in Jersey.
Are you sure about
voluntarily?
that?
Never lived in Jersey. I've
but
never.
That one girl though.
The only time I've ever been in Jersey is for Thanksgiving with my cousin. That one year, remember we said we found a bra in his room. We're like, oh nigga, who you got up in this house? He's the one that's like he like never tells us anything.
I
mean, it could have been worse.
My cousin will fight you.
Could have been worse.
he bite me.
Yeah. What you gonna do, transphobe? You gonna hit me?
What you gonna do, strong woman? Your name's a lie. It's fucked up. Oh, that was a great episode.
Would y'all have had the same reaction if you found a fursuit instead of a bra in his room?
He thought he was beating Eric's house.
If we had found a fursuit, I would have been the only person who understood what that meant. Everybody else would have been like, "Oh, he's got like a part-time job as like a kids entertainer or something." Like, no, he's not.
He's entertaining someone.
I know a fursona when I see one.
That does not mean it is a bad thing. Not everyone who has a fursuit is in the deviant side of things.
They run like a deviant titan and everything.
In the fursuit.
I remember.
Who are you defending?
I'm defending anybody.
Ramos.
I was about to say Devon looked up.
Wait, seriously?
What?
Does he have one?
He wanted to. He wants one. He wanted to like a full. Yeah.
That's how it begins.
You just out this nigga. Let him be here.
Well, Ramos definitely wouldn't be on that level either. So.
No, he wouldn't.
See? So there you go. One of our closest friends.
Yeah. It's because furry boobs aren't big enough. Once they hit that
Fur
threshold,
gets in the way of the boobs.
Yeah, once they hit that threshold, though, he's gonna be gone. We ain't gonna see him anymore.
Oh my god, you're saying he's evolving into it? We're watching like the metamorphosis.
So is he still like a fresh Digimon or a rookie?
I feel like Eric has one.
Eric's a fucking mega level Digimon for that shit. That nigga's probably he's probably wearing it right now. What time is it? It's 12:30 on a Saturday. That nigga is up and wearing that shit. It is my baby. Fuck up.
Eric isn't like that either.
You had to pause. And
You sure about that?
You smiling way too hard. You don't even believe that.
Eric is a very, very non-deviant person.
This is why I say Joe should be a politician. Because he is good at lying, even when he doesn't believe it.
I would be the worst politician.
No, oil. Say something about oil, but you cooking. Knock someone over and run away.
Crisco.
Come on, but you gotta get this. But
before I forget though, there's this dude who's in the military,
Somebody's
right?
in the crowd like loser.
And I asked him if he goes to conventions, and he said no. And I was like, but you're in the military, so you might like the weapon convention stuff. He said he doesn't go to conventions. So I was looking up military conventions, and somehow military convention and furry convention crossed into one, and it was like a military Game of Thrones furry thing. And I asked him about it. He was like, "Yeah, we don't do that in the military." I'm like, "You sure? You sure?"
Some weird motherfuckers in the military. You meet all types of people in the military, and I've heard stories from people about like who used to know this guy who he says he used to fuck his sister. He says it like it's normal. I'm like, yeah, he from Alabama. He actually was though too. It's fucked up. It's like
it'd be cracking me up when people like they don't even call it hentai. They call it Alabama anime.
Wow. Oh my god! Or somebody was saying fucking wrestling is just anime for rednecks.
Then you have Ultimate Muscle, which is anime for anime.
Yeah. Is Ultimate Muscle the one that we grew up with? Is that like a continuation of the old one, or is that
I believe it is. I believe it's a continuation.
Because his dad was the main character in the old one. Okay. And that's why the little dude knows what he's
I don't know because I haven't really gone into it. But after I seen Ultimate Muscle, but then found out that there was an older one that dealt with his father, I was like, oh, so maybe it's a continuation, or maybe they just redid because I didn't watch it. The older one, it was like, all right,
same. I mean,
it's like it could be the exact same plot, but instead of his dad, he's the one that's in there.
Pretty much.
It's like
Ultimate Muscle was one of those things that like I didn't realize it was an anime back then because I was still a kid. It was still I'm trying to think. That's like 8th grade, 9th grade. I knew what manga was, but I didn't really like fully understand like anime and manga relationship. So
it's time for anime.
When is that coming?
Gonna stab Superman.
Is
I think
that
that's next year, isn't it?
And is that gonna be? Is that gonna be on like WB's?
I think it's gonna be on there
on like
because they're saying they're gonna keep it like all the same.
They always say that.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff that they're remaking now, and this, that, and third, and blah blah blah, going into a lot of weird shit. Yeah, but first, who's here? Who are you?
Who are you?
You're asking a lot of questions. You a cop?
I'm you, but stronger.
Kabuto stronger. Kabuto strongest.
Bruh, I found out what's his name speaks English. The commander speaks English.
Yeah.
Like perfect English.
Yeah.
A couple weeks ago, I found that out. And I'm like, what the fuck?
To answer your question, I'm BBJ.
Olympic Sasquatch extraordinaire.
AKA the Jokage.
I'm not the Why you keep saying no?
Because you keep saying I'm an art god.
First of all, you are a nerd god.
No, I am not.
What is he looking at right now on his phone? Is literally art emanating from his phone.
I'm on Instagram,
while
sir.
he's holding a pencil.
About to draw. I'm about to show them how to draw this.
I called it a pencil too because I wanted him to be like, it is a mechanical pen. I wanted him to correct me, be like, That's dope. What are they drawing?
A dome.
Is that a white guy's head?
Almost
Oh no, that might be Drake.
Same
Can't
difference.
tell the dip. Yeah, right.
Actually,
no, because it has maple syrup on it. If it's
Canadian. That's right.
Yep.
Yeah.
He's actually from Toronto, I think.
Is he?
Yeah.
Oh, so he's a rich Canadian.
Probably.
That's
He
why
was on Degrassi. He was on Degrassi, yeah.
In a wheelchair, though.
I love how motherfuckers saw him after, like, in his debut, his rap debut, and people were like, oh, you can walk? That's fucked up. Oh, that's fucked up.
I mean, that's what people
wasn't
say about...
he walking and then got put into a wheelchair on the show?
Oh, yeah, because somebody did something, and then he ended up in a wheelchair, and then he was like, he had to act like, it's your fault I'm in this chair.
That's what people used to say about Patrick Stewart. Because he was like Professor X for so long, so people who don't know that he was doing other stuff before... Yeah, they were like, wait, you can walk? I was like, yeah, I can walk.
Picard's the man.
Yeah.
Yeah. Who are you again?
Skira.
And the art god Shadow. Don't shake your head. Joe keeps trying to fight his role as the leader. I don't know why he's doing that though.
Because I'm not.
So it's Jason, Zach. No, you weren't Blue, you Billy. You'd be Zach.
So you guys are gonna pick on me because I'm gay? You should be the last person to talk.
Honestly, like for me, it was like Power Ranger wise. Like my favorite was before Tommy came into play, of course.
Yeah.
It was actually Zach, then Billy. Jason was at the bottom of the barrel.
Yeah, Jason was he kind of fizzled out at a certain point. That's why you could feel that he didn't want to be there anymore, and that's why they replaced him with Rocky.
And then he came back as the Gold Ranger. It stole the show.
And that was in Zeo, right?
Yep, I believe so.
I was fucking going through that with in some Kamen Rider stuff, and I was thinking about like when their powers get destroyed at the end of the season, yet somehow in other stuff they come back. Mm-hmm. So I'm sitting there confused, like Forever Red. How the fuck was Jason able to use the Mighty Morphin power when it's like, wasn't that destroyed?
Well, they have some shenanigans with certain seasons. Because certain seasons is like, oh, the coin was destroyed, but we pieced it back together. You only can transform one more time kind of thing.
Yeah.
Or you have the stuff with Tommy where it's like, oh, there was a special candle. As long as this candle is lit, you can transform when the candle goes out.
Bifrost is destroyed, so it's like, how did Thor get here? Yeah. Hi, Thor. How are you here? It's like,
there's shenanigans like that within certain seasons.
Yeah.
Also, they don't always take into account continuity, like later on. So it's like in this season, like we have an ending, but we want to do a reunion episode, so we got to figure out how to bring it back. Yeah. They don't always, plan for those episodes.
Oh, I actually just downloaded I got O's. I was missing O's, Wizard, Double, and Decade.
I think I have Double. I don't have Decade.
Yep. So now I have everything except for I have everything up to Build.
It says I'm telling my kids this was Magic Johnson.
That's fucked up. Oh, that's basically his child though.
Oh, so guess what I heard on the radio?
That would have been good Tracy Morgan one.
On the radio, I heard that Chuck E. Cheese is phasing out the animatronics, and they're putting in
holograms,
a dance floor that lights up when you step on it. And I was like, okay, I can see that, but apparently they're like selling off the animatronics. People are just putting them in their houses.
That's creepy.
So I was like, I got a question for you guys. If you saw this real bad Andresaurus level chick, she invited you over. She put on the baby making music. And the baby making music was coming out of a big Chuck E. Cheese animatronic.
I will say this: I have seen Five Nights at Freddy's. Fuck no. Fuck no. No. And then the story gets more fucked up as you go in through the games and stuff. You can start to piece more shit together about like why they're haunted and all this other. No. No.
What about you, Broseph? That'd be a turn off? She got the lingerie on, coming to the room, baby making music on. You look in the corner, baby making music is coming from a big animatronic rat. They're syncing up to it.
And it's looking at you too.
Adam and Eve.
That'd be hilarious.
Yeah, I can see that.
You got to ponder that one?
Morgan and Freeman.
Does she look
Tracy
exactly
Morgan's
like
Mega
her?
Who's the lady in that again? I forgot her name. You know her name? The lady that you showed with Morgan Freeman. She's in
Let me see what she's
in. Oh, I can't remember.
I don't know her name. No.
I'm trying to think. Was it the
Lee?
Because I didn't see the lady, but if it's the lady I think it is, I think she was in a Tyler Perry movie.
That's what I was saying. Like she's in a lot of. She's like one of Medea's family or something like that. She's in like almost every movie, or something like that.
So those animatronics would be great for Halloween though. Like put them outside your house. And just have
Bruh, just hearing the fucking like I remember one there was one set of the animatronics from Five Nights at Freddy's where they were like they were robots that thought that they were empty suits, so they were like trying to shove people into the suit with like the animatronics still in there, so you were basically just getting shoved into like machinery and shit and dying. It's disgusting. I don't like it now. Or what was it? No, it was the head. The head still had like animatronic shit in it, but they would like force it onto a person's face, and it's like, yeah, it's fucked up. It's fucked up.
I'm just saying, I kind of want one of these headbands.
Fucking, I don't want that. Fucking Naruto headband with the American flag on it.
Crossed out.
Word. That's fucked up. Yeah. So, how's everybody doing?
Old and decrepit.
I mean, we already know that.
Fuck yeah.
So how's
I'm
work
say
been
fuck
going?
you for agreeing with.
I have something.
Again, Sirius took the glasses off.
Came off.
For the dumbasses out here who wanted to put out reaction videos to Hazbin Hotel, talking about how stupid it is because, trigger warning, apparently there's a lot of gay jokes in there.
Dun, dun, dun.
Dun, dun, dun.
Another trigger warning. Oh my god, they have cliche jokes in there. What?
Oh my god, it's almost like every cartoon ever has those.
But it was just this one dude who just really pissed me off because he was all over the place just talking about if you didn't know if he was bashing it or saying it was good. That's how stupid his argument was.
It's like he's writing a persuasive essay, but you don't know which side he's on.
I'll figure it out by the end.
No, because at the beginning of it, he was shit talking it, and then at the end, it sounded like he was praising it. But in the middle, it got to a point where he was talking about the reporter woman and how she did I guess she gay bashed by saying, "Oh, I'm sorry, I don't touch the gays" or anything like that. And the main chick responded, "Well, how's that going for you?" And she looks at the hell sign. This whole thing is talking about people, they're all bad because they're all in hell.
Yeah. You're gonna see racists. You're gonna see transphobes, homophobes. All those kind of people are gonna be represented.
It's like, okay, if you didn't catch that, that's all right. But the genre of the thing is
wait. How could you not catch, with all your dumb complaining about the cliches and whatnot? How could you not catch that they're in hell? Literally every single scene has a copious amount of red. Is there even a scene that doesn't have red?
It's too red.
It's not only
too red.
It's not only that. It's also like the pentagrams and everything that's like on like a lot of the characters.
Demon like 15 times.
What's her name? That's best friends with the girl. Apparently they're not friends. They're a lesbian couple. Is what people are saying.
Who, Baggy?
Yeah. And it's racist that she's gray.
What?
Raven's gray.
Hey.
Is it like Egyptian?
So wait.
Because
they're saying she's portraying a black woman or something, but they made her gray.
No, that's dumb. That's fucking stupid.
She's gray, so it's racist.
It's
racist!
Never met a gray black woman. I've met a gray Egyptian woman, which I guess counts.
And she's the only gray character. I was like, you're wrong, because there's been quite a few gray characters that
Isn't
were...
Main Dude,
they have like
Angel Dust kind of gray, like a little bit.
No, he's like pale white. But yeah, there are some other the background people who are like black and gray and gray.
There's like all different types of colors going on in Hazbin Hotel.
She's the only one, and it's racist. Racist. Oh, fucking! We don't like angel dust because it's a bad trope for any gay person. It's like
Angel Dust was fucking
Angel
hilarious.
Dust is literally Bugs Bunny. From the second I started watching that show, I was like, this nigga's just Bugs Bunny.
No,
he kissed a man defiantly to be like, fuck you. Like, Bugs Bunny.
Why does he always talk about sex? It's not all about sex.
He's a fucking porn star.
He's also in hell. Where the fuck is the good going to come from? He's in fucking hell. He's a porn star in hell, too. What the fuck do you...
He's literally a porn star named after a drug. That is the highest level of irreparable porn star that you can get to.
A drug that he was buying from a vending machine, too.
Oh, what's with the fucking singing? All the singing. It's a fucking musical show. It says it right there.
I didn't know that. That was
that's why I always go through and look and see, all right, what is this genre going to be?
Because
it's literally in there. It says it's a musical.
The 2 times I saw it were the times where Shadow was like grabs my head, turns it to the TV, and like, just spoons it into my eyes. So I was like,
gotta give you that visual knowledge, man.
It's just they come up with the dumbest thing trying to make it sound bad, but guess what? For the small amount of people that are saying it's so bad and horrible,
it's been out for like 2 or 3 weeks, and it's already got like 3 million views or some crazy amount of views. So it's like
and just a little over 1,000 dislikes on it. I was like,
for a video that has millions of people that have seen it, 1,000 dislikes is actually good.
Mm-hmm. So I was like, yeah, all you who are trying to say this thing is bad and bad and bad, you are...
That's less than...
You are so stupid and you try to make something out of nothing.
That's less than 1% of the people who watched it were probably like, oh, I don't fuck with this. And it's probably only because of the hell stuff.
Yeah. And I hate to say it, but it's a few certain people, homosexuals, who are getting upset about it. It's like, come on, we don't have to get mad at everything.
You know what it is? No, you know what it is? And this goes directly into another thing I wanted to talk about. The reason that they're upset about this is because they have to find new things to be upset about, because Chick-fil-A is no longer giving money to anti-LGBTQ places. So now, all that rage has to go somewhere else.
They can see that, but they still doing it.
Probably. They're just not going to do it openly.
Yeah.
Hey, buddy, here's $800,000 for your birthday. It's like, oh, wow. It's like, yeah. Aren't you the guy who runs that charity, though?
It's like, not even my bar mitzvah.
Yeah, right. Oh, my God.
I dropped my Hot Pocket.
Fucking...
That dude was struggling so hard to find something to say, I swear.
But no.
I found that shit hilarious, though, because you got so many people who are like, I can eat Chick-fil-A now. And I'm like, okay. It was just kind of funny.
Yeah.
You know what it was? They were trying to fight with Popeyes, and they were like, "Oh shit,
we're losing the battle."
Exactly. Yeah.
That chicken sandwich, darn it.
Oh, the bathroom. I gotta go. Oh, that's fucked up.
Oh, I got the bubble ball. God, haha, Davis.
I kind of want to try one though. The Popeye sandwiches. I know people are saying like, "Oh, they probably got something in it that makes you dumber," or this, that, and third, blah blah.
Let's go before work then.
Oh god.
Oh,
So if there's no podcast next week, then you know what happened. We got stabbed at Popeyes.
Popeyes?
Yeah.
So I thought I heard him wrong for a second. I wasn't sure, but all right.
Yeah, this is what happens when you wake up and you bring Steven to work at 5 o'clock in the morning. Don't get all this
Oh, contact time.
Yeah, right. Yeah, that happened to you yesterday. Tell me why Steven undoes the chair, takes the back off the chair. This motherfucker sitting there for 10 minutes fixing it afterwards. Which is weird because I'm like, I thought it just had a track on it. You just put it right back in.
There is, but it's broken.
Oh, so he fucked you. He really fucked you over when he did that.
Yeah, that's why I was like, why isn't it one side is clicking, one side is not? Then I had to go and look. It's like, oh, the actual wooden piece is broken off, and I have to reset it and
just hilarious.
Push the thing in. It's like,
made the whole situation much more disrespectful when he took that out and you couldn't put it back in. Hilarious.
I always have issues putting it back in.
Okay.
Because I can never find the hole. That's right, ladies. BBJ, bad at sex. Don't call me.
I thought you were going to do like a alliteration thing or something. But anyway.
Why? I'm not smart. The fuck I get? What?
I mean, but are you Goku dumb, though?
I am If I'm the so-called leader of the
You're
house,
then
I'm
dumb.
Goku stupid.
No, you're not Goku dumb. Goku is
okay, then I'm Naruto stupid.
Goku is borderline retarded.
Yes, that's
Goku is like 70. His IQ is 76 or some shit.
Ooh, he has a higher IQ than I do because I had it 75.
I doubt that highly. I've listened to you enough.
Just thought of something stupid.
People who
and
listen to this are going to know that you have a higher IQ than that.
No, not true.
Just thought of something stupid and hilarious.
Got mad high.
What's that?
Donald Trump is Naruto.
Don't insult Naruto like that.
He's an orange ninja.
Let's see where he's going.
Trump is a Donzo motherfucker.
Wow! No. Trump is not smart enough to be Donzo.
Orange ninja.
I will give Donzo that. He's smart.
Of the village, orange president, head of the country.
Yeah, but
Naruto is an orange.
But
though.
people wanted Naruto. He's the orange ninja. But people wanted Naruto to be the head of the village, though. Like everyone.
Not everybody. Not Donzo.
That's one person versus everyone. Also, by the time he was there, Donzo was dead. Thanks, Sasuke.
Sasuke didn't do that. Donzo did it himself.
Yeah.
Kinda, yeah.
Told you Konohamaru got a higher kill count than Sasuke.
Donzo, oh my god, Donzo's Bill Clinton. Somebody was about to end him and he's like, I'm gonna do it myself, bitch. Ah! Oh, that's fucked up.
So then who's Tsunade?
I was gonna say Hillary Clinton, but no.
Tsunade actually won.
Yeah, right?
Would she be Ruth Bader Ginsburg?
Is it Ginsburg or Ginsburg?
I don't fucking know.
Yes.
Something Berg. Ruth RBG.
Was she like the first?
Biv.
Was she like the first Supreme Court justice?
Female, yeah.
Yeah, first female Supreme Court justice. That's dope. Yeah, probably.
That would work with the whole signing thing too.
Yeah. That'd be dope.
So, who's Orochimaru?
My question is who's Obama?
Oh,
Hokage?
Yeah.
Yeah. So who's the first Hokage? Fucking George Washington.
No.
Who's the second
George
Hokage?
Washington.
Oh wait, I was gonna say I was gonna say the fourth Raikage, but
actually, the first Hokage would probably have to be the first president after the Civil War. So who's
Kennedy?
Kennedy? Is it Kennedy?
No, it's not. No, I'm saying the first would be Kennedy.
You think so?
Yeah.
I feel like Kennedy had too much fuck shit going on alongside his stuff to be the first Hokage. First Hokage didn't have problems like that. Kennedy had like drug problems. He had a sex addiction. He had a couple things.
Yeah,
like
you
that.
think? Come on, the shit he was going through with Madara. Come on now.
Madara's entire thing was why won't you fuck me? Again with Sasuke too. Why won't you fuck me? You kiss. Naruto was even worse because he kissed him first.
He let him on.
Yeah, exactly. He teased him, and then he's just like, then he won't fuck him. Then he's just like, why won't you fuck me? Sakura's like, oh fuck you! Like, get the fuck out of here! He grabs him by the face and throws him around. Like, get out of here! I'm talking to him. Fucked up.
Oh shit!
Very fucked up.
Well, we all know Donald Trump is the second Hokage.
It's a hating ass nigga. Somebody already did that. I saw a meme where they put the head thing around his face. Like, this motherfucker has the same amount of hate as this motherfucker. And I was like, no. Tobirama got way more. He is way more open with his hate. He don't give a fuck. Because until Trump forces all black people to live in Minnesota, makes us the police force, he ain't that bad. He ain't as bad as Tobirama. That's fuck shit. How you racist against people who have the same color skin as you?
Because they have different color eyes.
Actually, you know what?
Most of them didn't, though.
I think the first would be George Washington.
I said that as a joke. I didn't think... You think so?
Yeah.
That would make sense because it's like the... I preach equality, but there's not really... It's not really actually present yet. So I guess that would make sense.
No, don't divide everybody up because remember you were saying don't be stupid and
don't
make
do the
Democrats or
factions.
Republicans and all that shit. And,
don't interfere with other people's stuff.
Yeah.
Don't get involved. Stay here.
Yeah. Isolationism? Did the first Hokage do that really? First Hokage was more about working with other villages though. He was excited as fuck when they all had the village system just like him, and he's just like, oh, it means we can work together. They're like, hold the fuck on. I don't know you.
No, he helped, but he was very much so, yeah, but we come first. If we're able to help you, we'll help. But our shit comes first.
Yeah. Interesting.
Yeah, I think he would be George Washington.
So who's Aizen? We're transitioning to Bleach. Who the fuck is Aizen in all this shit? Who's the one person who's been... Aizen is Warren Buffett. Secretly pulling the strings from...
Cheney. Because Momo would be George.
Dick Cheney can't be Aizen because he leaks too much killing intent. He has to be Kenpachi. He shot a man in the face.
I'm sorry, I shot you in the face.
This nigga had no remorse. I'm sorry you were standing there, bitch. Oh my god, that's fucked up. We need to get away from this part. We don't need to do this. That's too much.
But it's hilarious and entertaining.
Yeah, but you know it's not hilarious and entertaining.
Foot fungus.
That. Yes. And you know what feels like a foot fungus right now? Fucking YouTube's new bullshit where they're like forcing people.
Gonna ask you about that.
Yeah. So apparently what happened was YouTube has been targeting kids with their
advertisements.
Advertisements, yes. It goes against some kind of, I think it was like 1988 or 1998 thing that the FTC put out, or that somebody put out, and it's I think it's called COPPA or CHOPPA or something like that, and it's a child protection kit, right? It's to protect children from different this, that, and third, blah, blah, and all that kind of crap. But the problem that happened was that they were basically, when you watch videos and use YouTube and stuff like that, like when you like videos, when you watch videos, when you comment on things, you're basically generating data. That's basically what you're doing when you go anywhere.
When you do anything, yep.
And
they use that data to basically send information your way.
Yeah, to target you with specific ads that are like, oh, Shadow is 13 years old. He liked this video about Hot Wheels or something like that. So let's show him ads about Hot Wheels. Hypothetical. Defer your brow like that. It's hypothetical.
What's a Hot Wheel?
Cold donut.
I do like donuts.
Donuts are good.
Speaking of donuts, I feel like somebody like secretly curb stomped my donuts at Applebee's because they're all like almost all of them are like crushed up. So it's like I'm like, because I always look at the bag of donuts before I like buy them or anything, and I had them under the table like sitting in one spot so like they wouldn't get like so I feel like somebody was like secretly curb stomping my donuts. So now I got like a bunch of crumbs I gotta like maneuver around to try to find and like salvage one.
Donut crumbles actually sounds dope. Like you could put it on a cake.
They have done that before.
Donut crumbles.
So someone like river danced on your dreams?
That's
what
fucked
you're saying? River danced on your snacks?
I don't know who it was, but we'll find you.
We gonna find you. We
Stomp
gonna
yard
find
you.
Stomp it hard. Donuts. No.
Zeta, Kappa.
But yeah, so they're basically creating a new thing where you can't you're gonna have to demonetize you're gonna have to have your videos demonetized if your videos are targeting children. Mm-hmm. So if you're making any like anything that they might deem
the problem is the wording
stuff.
Because it's like if it appeals to children and it's like Mortal Kombat can appeal to children.
Technically, yes.
Doesn't mean it's for children.
Well, they're casting the net too wide because the FTC is the ones who are going to be like, is this for children? And they'll be like, well, yes. Because that's got video games in it, right? Video games are just all for children, right? Cartoon, it's a cartoon, right? So Hazbin Hotel, that's a cartoon, right? Must be for kids, right? It's like...
And the thing is going to be an algorithm that does it.
The algorithm's going to come from YouTube, and that is, yes, some people are already actually feeling that because there's a person, I saw in one of the articles I read, there was a person who had like a bunch of videos on Pokemon stuff. I don't know the nature of their thing. Like,
why you gotta bring up Pokemon? As you see him, you see Blazing in here. You see him. Nah, you saw that. You saw that. He specifically looked at me.
He was like,
and then he brought up Pokemon.
But you see, he said that because he saw how you was getting hawked down by the Pokemon in the game, and he was like, "Nah, you can't be chasing them like that."
When was I getting hawked down by Pokemon in the game?
Oh, trivia.
That was Jake.
But you were on there, so therefore it was you as a new character taking over.
I gotta get that game.
I will say that is very distressing to have a Pokemon out of nowhere.
Jacob he didn't know how to play fucking Pokemon.
You get that big ass full bear
brother. He's like, "Can you catch this for me?" He was like, "Okay, fucking."
Like, do you not know how to catch Pokemon?
Man, chased by Snorlax. Give me a hug.
Yeah. But there was this chick who has a lot of her thumbnails are just Pokemon stuff, and I don't know the nature of her things or like I actually don't even really know if it's a chick, but
PewDiePie?
No, fucking. I wasn't entirely sure if like the nature of their videos and stuff like that, but the fact that it just had Pokemon on it, they're like, oh well, Pokemon for kids, right? So they already demonetized like a buttload of her videos, which is bullshit. And then YouTube, I was explaining this to Joe the other day because YouTube already has a setting. Like, you have to basically tell them whether or not your channel creates content. You have 3 choices when you first boot up YouTube Studio after they implemented this a couple weeks ago. Basically, you have the choice to say no, nothing on this channel is going to be for kids. You have the choice to say yes, everything on this channel is for kids, or you're like, I will go on a case-by-case basis with each video. If you do each video, it is up to you to go back through all of your videos and specify whether or not they are for kids. Mm-hmm. And then it's very stupid because there's also another setting that was already on YouTube where it's an age restriction where it's like, okay, none of my stuff on my channel is for kids, so I'm going to age restrict it, right? So this makes it so that nobody under 18 can actually look at it. Doesn't show up for them. It doesn't show up in any certain, like a lot of searches and stuff. It doesn't show up in a lot of different places. It doesn't show up in the recommended shit. And the dumb thing about that is also demonetized. So basically what you're telling me is if it's for kids, it's going to be demonetized. And if it's not for kids, it's going to be demonetized. Now, you don't have to set the age restriction. Like, I haven't done that for our stuff. But it's just weird to have both of those options.
Yeah, but what I was reading was even if you set it to no, my videos are not for kids, the algorithm sees something and it's like, oh,
it'll still
it'll be like, oh, it says it's not for kids, but you have Funko Pops. Funko Pops appeal to children. Fine.
Yes, but the first 5 seconds of my video, I swear. So no, it's not for kids.
That's why I was going to play Mortal Kombat just so I can get a scene of someone like fatalitying me and then put that in the first 5 seconds of my videos as part of the intro.
Make that your opening.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they still wouldn't.
Because it goes by it's a lot of times. Sometimes it goes by the title card. The title card doesn't have anything, or if it has child-looking things in it or whatever.
I mean, colors are child-looking. Oh, that thing is blue.
I think it would depend on whatever tags that are put on it.
Well, that's what I'm curious about for video game channels.
Yeah, video game channels are gonna get fucked.
And collector channels.
Because the FTC is especially because the FTC is basically just like, okay, we're a bunch of old, out of touch motherfuckers. What are for kids? Because I was talking to Joe about this. I'm like, the only things that are going to survive on YouTube now are going to be like do-it-yourself tutorials, stuff that's surrounding the movie business. So like any interviews with actors and actresses and musicians and shit like that. Fucking science, technology things. All the things that like don't affect us basically are just going to be able to stay. But like anything that has to do with video games, anime, fucking comic books, most of those things are going to get fucked because they're like, oh, those things are for kids.
I mean, a lot of the tutorial stuff might get taken down too. Like, oh, this is how to make chocolate chip pancakes. The kid is like, hey, I want to make no.
Yeah, it's literally anything that's kid friendly. So if you've tailored your shit to kids, you're basically getting screwed.
Markiplier, protect yourself.
You the man. We love you.
Watch out. Who said that? Get the fuck out of here.
And it sucks. And it sucks because a lot of those people just have their livelihood snatched away. Mm-hmm. Not everybody was lucky enough to get a TV show. I saw a kid on YouTube who
That's what I was curious about.
The Ryan kid, he has like his own YouTube video, but then he like Disney picked him up and actually gave him a show.
That's what I was curious about for the kid YouTubers. How's that going to work?
I don't know. It's for kid content, so you can't really.
That's really nice. That's supposed to be Lucario
and the dumb thing is that at the end of the day, this is YouTube's problem because YouTube is the one that was taking their data to target them with ads. That was the thing that's the problem. So why are you then coming at all the people who are content creators who are actively bringing people to your platform and demonetizing their shit because of that? It's like,
because it's not us. We're not the ones who did it. It's them. They did it.
What it basically is it's the same thing that happened to Tumblr. Tumblr, what was it, last year that happened? The ban happened, like December?
That was a couple years ago.
A couple years ago now. Fucking, it feels like it.
Wait, I thought that happened when we got in here.
2017, I think.
Tumblr?
Yeah, I thought
that
happened.
That was before,
that was before we moved in here?
Before we moved here.
The lawsuit happened before you guys moved in here. I think by the time December 2017?
So I guess by the time we moved in here is when it actually went into place, but the lawsuit happened before that.
Yeah.
All right.
Because the same as this lawsuit happened in September. It's not going into effect until December. The problem though is that it's the same thing as what happened to Tumblr because Tumblr got in trouble for like child porn and stuff like that. There's apparently child porn on Tumblr, and anybody who knows about anything about Tumblr and has used it enough realizes like how easy it is to hide shit on Tumblr as long as you just don't use tags and stuff like that. So people were putting any old thing up on there. Somebody found out about it. They got in trouble. That's some fuck shit. You shouldn't have had child porn, and you definitely should have been sharing it with people in this, that, and third. Or actually, you should have been sharing it with people so that you can get in trouble in this, that, and third, blah, blah. Anyway, fucking Tumblr takes a hit, and they have to pay a fine in this, that, and third. So literally, I explained it to Joe as like, this is a person who's never gotten punched in the face before, suddenly, out of nowhere, just got punched in the face.
Hey, we should all be friends.
The instant that happened, they were like, I need to change around my entire life to make sure this never happens again. I need to move to Nepal. I need to become a fucking Buddhist monk. I need to make these extreme changes to my life to make sure I never get punched in the face again. And I'm like, or you can sit down, think this out, have a rational discussion with the people who are also this is going to affect, then content creators and whatnot, and actively go through and implement a good way to cover your butt while at the same time helping your content creators. Instead, they did the same thing Tumblr did and just covered their ass so quickly with like, oh, No more porn. No porn on Tumblr. Not doing this anymore. No porn on Tumblr at all. So it's like, and then of course, did the same exact thing. Created an algorithm that is very dumb. Because I don't know about you, Devon, because you use Tumblr as well. How many things have you gotten tagged in the in Tumblr that like, oh, this is possibly adult content, we're taking it down just cause. And then you have to appeal it, and then you have to wait for them to get through to it.
My Tumblr account? Yeah. But honestly, if they did like remove something or whatever, I was like, yeah, okay, whatever, I don't care.
See, with me, I have a couple.
It was literally just like stuff I just shared up from other Tumblr blogs.
But like I have a couple Tumblrs, right? I do have not safe for work ones, and I have an anime one that's got all anime and stuff like bullshit. So
anime is not bullshit. Take that.
The bullshit's the other stuff. Anime bullshit.
Okay.
Fucking. Tumblr flagged a GIF of Goku fighting. It's literally a GIF from one of the movies of him fighting like 3 or 4 guys. It's like a dark background. The guys are wearing like
the Saiyan leotard.
Saiyan looking armor. Well, not necessarily Saiyan because it doesn't have the but there's skin showing, and so they thought like, oh, skin color. That's a thing that we look for with this stupid algorithm. We'll look for, and then boom, knocks it off. Nope, this is flagged because it's adult content. It's like, can you have a human look at it? Because it's clearly not adult content. You can clearly see Goku, who is like one of the most known about characters in anime, possibly Pikachu, but like he's definitely top 5 for like.
Fuck.
Person just looks at him and they know who the fuck he is. Have a person look at it and you can tell. Algorithms are usually not great with this shit. We've already seen it happen because it's only been a week and they've already had or a couple weeks and they already have the algorithm out. A lot of people's shit has already gotten demonetized. It's fucking ridiculous. So the only thing I'll say to YouTube is like, I don't know if this is a temporary thing that you're doing until you find a better idea or if this is just your permanent solution, but it's fucking terrible and you need to quickly figure out the right way to do things, because just because you got fined $170 million does not mean that you should then take the livelihoods of people just because you're trying to cover your own ass. It's very stupid.
And I think the fine for people is like $42,000 per video.
$42,000 per video directly from the FTC, and then you'll have to go to court to fight it.
And it's like,
and what does YouTube do? Oh well, you should probably just hire a lawyer because Shadow, you have a lot of videos that could be construed as for kids, so you're gonna have to hire a lawyer to make sure you cover your own butt illegally. We're not gonna do that for you. We're only gonna cover our asses. It's like, that's some fuck shit. Because now you're asking a bunch of people who are just normal people. A lot of people make a lot of money from YouTube, or some people make a lot of money from YouTube, but most people don't make that much from YouTube. Mm-hmm. Certainly not enough to justify $42,000 per video. Now they have to get legal counsel and pay them to cover their asses because you didn't want to cover anyone's asses but your own. It's fucked up and it's very stupid. And that's why soon I will need to try to find another place for us to put some of our content, possibly.
Twitter.
Yeah. Very dumb.
You can put it on Facebook.
Could put it. I need to just put it everywhere.
Facebook Live videos. Facebook Live podcast.
Flood the world.
Yeah.
With content.
Yeah. Twitch. A lot of people are moving to Twitch. It's very dumb. And the dumb thing, the funniest thing is that all you really needed to do was just like, okay, create. Because the people that, like, obviously kids are going to get into stuff and they're going to, the kid lied and said he was 18 or whatever. It's like, obviously it's going to happen. FTC's not going to get you in trouble for that.
Or you have a situation where, like, kid wants to get on YouTube, so parent is like, here, use my phone, get on YouTube. And the parent isn't on their account, so it's like...
Exactly. So that's technically like
under the guise your children.
Exactly. You need to watch what your children are doing. But all they really needed to do was be like, okay, create a fucking thing for your kid, and if it's a kid viewing it, they don't get ads. Now, of course, that's going to be like, a lot of people are going to do some fuck shit where they're like, oh, well, if you don't get ads as a kid, I'm going to pretend like I'm a kid. It's like, you can pretend you're like a kid, but you also don't get to do things like You don't get some of the perks for YouTube, like
comments.
That's what they're taking away for kids now, because those are all things that generate data for YouTube. So now kids are not going to have, if you have an account and you're less than 18, I think it might be 18, it might be 17 or 16, but because I don't know exactly what age range the COPPA or CHOPPA thing protects, but they're basically saying they're going to take away comments and likes and all that stuff for kids, so they can't do any of that stuff on the videos, which is kind of going to suck for them, but, that's what you have to do. Or you could just not use the data. You could just have it go nowhere. Instead of
they can't do that, though.
Where all our data goes to YouTube Incorporated or whatever, it's like, or your data could just go out the fucking window to the quantum fucking wind.
Send it to Jupiter.
Yeah. Let them target our kids.
The Martians.
Very stupid. So I hope that fixes itself soon. It probably won't. It'll probably end up with a lot of people very upset because it already has.
Literally what I'm going to do is I'm going to put mine to none of this is for kids, and I'm going to play Street Fighter, or not Street Fighter, I'm playing Mortal Kombat till somebody like really, really messes me up. And then in my intros, I'm going to put that in my intro.
And for those of you who don't know how to do it, you basically go to, there's a YouTube Studio, which is in beta right now, which is still not perfect.
Beta for years.
Right. YouTube Studio, you go into that. You go to your channel settings, and it should be one of the first things that pops up in your channel settings or something like that. And you can click, And I would still, just to cover your own ass, go through each and every video just to make sure, because I'm like, I don't want to fuck with that. But yeah.
Because you don't know. It could be all male or all female, Devon.
Don't fuck.
Casting couch with all the chokes and one of the Pokemon women. You don't know if it's a male or a female that you got with you.
Oh, with the Machos?
Yeah, well, with Machop, Machoke, or Machamps, there's no...
Yeah, because they all just wear the panties.
Although there's genitalia, apparently. And the belt and all that, that's all... That's all that.
I was always told the belt was like a separate thing that was like made to lower their power, so they're not like breaking.
That's how the old Pokédex thing was.
The
belt
flavor,
was supposed
the
to
flavor text,
restrain them.
But now that's not the case. It's like when I read that, it's like, why are you doing this? So stop ruining my fucking childhood.
So when you touch the belt, then you're touching like its penis.
Yeah.
So what?
They're trying to make Pokemon more adult. They want to get demonetized for targeting children.
But they're doing it in such a dumb way, though. Like, implementing breeding in the male-female Pokemon, I'm like, I get that, but, like, because they're still animals, basically, but, like, now you're opening the door for a bunch of questions that you probably don't want your kids asking.
I mean, if you go to the right, like, version of the game, they have mad weird flavor text anyways, depending on which version of the game you go to.
Fucking Hitmonchan's always punching. Always light speed punching. Punching so fast human eyes can't see.
Or like Hitmonlee's feet can break diamond, and it's like...
I thought it was as hard as diamond. And yeah, well, yes, yeah. Fucking...
Diamond never breaks, diamond never shatters.
Diamond is unbreakable.
Yeah.
Till Devon comes along. Woo!
Damn, son. You saw that, right? He did some airbender shit right there. He said... That was dope.
Gotta be careful.
Yeah. My lower back's been bothering me, so I try to stretch whenever I can.
Mine too.
That's
sit a lot.
why I went and got this chair.
Oh, is it? Yeah, I can feel it. I've just been sitting and it's like, don't move and you won't feel it.
Yeah, like, I'm gonna buy different chairs.
Giggity.
I'm gonna
bleed in Monster Hunter.
Gross.
I'm gonna get rid of these and switch them out.
So, should we transfer to just more fuck shit with Google? Or should we try to cheer people up with some other stuff?
Well,
I got more fuck shit with Google. Best believe. Got some fuck shit.
Well, the thing is, there really isn't that much new stuff going on with just more information about it. Like, first of all, I'm getting really sick and tired with these damn movie trailers giving away too fucking much.
That's why you only watch the first one, or you do what Carl does and don't watch any of them.
The only time I watch a movie trailer is something I know absolutely nothing about.
Yeah.
So if it's
the first one doesn't give away too much, but the other ones you just plot.
So if it's like Marvel or DC, or like if it's something that like I'll look at and be like, I'll probably watch that, then I won't watch the trailer. But if it's something I know nothing about at all, like zero, I'll watch the trailer to see if it's interesting. Like remember I was talking about Immortal Engines, and you said it was like a comic or a cartoon or something. I didn't know anything about that, so I watched the trailer for it, and I'm like, this is interesting. All the towns and stuff are on wheels, and they're like battling. So I'm like, that sounds interesting.
For anyone
so that's why I watched that trailer.
Who's ever seen Nicktoons magazine, there was like a really, really old. Well, of course he'd ask that now. Fucking
who?
Steve's asking for a ride in the middle of the fucking podcast. I told him I started the podcast and I can't give you a ride now. And they go, well, I'm off now. It's like fucking.
You gotta make that money.
I'm not leaving. Fucking.
Yeah, like instant transmission.
Can't throw me out. Oh, I wish I could do that. Shadow, can you teach me that?
What?
Instant transmission.
Nah, not with them shoes.
Wow, I'm not wearing shoes.
Running around with the piccolos on.
Exactly. Fine, that's why I wear air piccolos instead of air shadows. Anyway, that's fucked up. Anyway,
that's why air shadows are better.
I'd still support you.
They're more comfortable.
I'd still support you. I don't know, man. Cause they're fucking. I will talk about that. We can't talk about the arms and shit.
Oh. Call these the Achilokias.
Why does Piccolo have like pussy on the inside of his arm?
Loser.
Should I just find find like a SpongeBob soundboard and just like
yeah.
We can't afford that. Nickelodeon will fine us. Nah, but like I want to explain it so bad. This shit is hilarious.
Do it.
I'm saying, do it. In other news, your boy Nicolas Cage seems like he ran out of money. You know why? Because they making National Treasure 3.
I thought he bought another island.
No, he needs to finance the other island. So National Treasure 3, what is he stealing now?
Let's see. You found the City of Gold.
I'm gonna steal the Pentagon.
Then
he can go for the
lost city of Atlantis.
I was just kidding, Pentagon. That is not a threat.
I was gonna say he can go for the other City of Gold.
Other city, that would be dope. Atlantis would be dope.
Yeah, El Dorado.
I thought that was.
Cortez.
Oh no, that was the one. That was the Native American City of Gold. Yeah. But it's got to be in the United States. It's got to be United States treasure, right?
No, because didn't he go down to Antarctica and all that
in the first movie, there was like...
Yeah, to find a U.S. ship that had shipwrecked there.
Oh, hey, there's a U.S. ship in El Dorado.
But it was for American treasure.
Doesn't mean it has to be American treasure.
They've only done American treasure.
They only did one thing that dealt with treasure.
They both were... There's a city of gold. Nigga, that's all treasure. It's a city made of treasure.
Then they
then the other one was just nothing but shit.
I thought the second one was dealing with proving that his family didn't kill Lincoln.
That was the thing that someone falsely put out there
to get him to
go after the stuff. To
prove that in the first movie they went like all over the place though. Like,
the second movie they go to like Paris and like
I thought that was the first movie.
No, that was the second one because remember they were yelling in Buckingham Palace about their marital problems.
Oh, okay.
And he's like, when your wife tells you to do this, that, and the third, he was like including people in the argument. They're like, I don't want fucking. Even like the British guards were sitting there like,
hello, Governor. A little bit to drink, have we?
Hell of a day, isn't it? Fucking, that was great. Yeah, no, that was the second one, but it was still American treasure because it had to do with they had to do with like the Statue of Liberty, and then that sent them to Paris, and then the two desks that were made of like one of them was in Buckingham Palace, and the other one was that was the only reason they had to leave the country, and they came back, and it was in the Black Hills, so it was in like South Dakota, I think. The City of Gold. And then the first one, they were literally just in Boston or something like that. Boston. Yeah, underneath Boston is a catacomb of bullshit that's just, hey, treasure. Who knew?
Hey, maybe they'll go to that town and figure out what that fire is.
What, Centralia?
I don't know, that town where they kept throwing trash in the fire. And that was like a...
No, they basically, Centralia, Pennsylvania was back in the 70s, they usually do this thing where they put the trash like in the cave and they put like a layer of clay down so that the fire doesn't get down there, and they burn their trash. And then one year they like didn't do it good enough or some shit, and then some of the fire got down there, and then didn't call it civil engineering. So fucking some of the fire got down there, and now there's like a coal vein underneath that town that's like miles deep that is just now burning, and it's fucking up the structural integrity of that town. So if you hear this, do not go to Centralia, Pennsylvania. It is not a tourist destination. You will get in trouble, or you'll fall into a pit of like just fire.
You go see Castiel.
And that. Yeah, right. There are some people who still live there, though. But that's because they've always lived there and they refuse to leave.
They'll come out strong.
But they wear gas masks all the time now.
Yeah, because they never know.
Time for school,
they never
Charlie.
know.
Get your hazmat suit.
Exactly, right? They never... Where do they go to school? They never know, like, when a pocket's just going to open up and like, oh, gas. Or, oh, my house just got swallowed by nothing. Like, it just happens randomly. So you need to be very careful. There's no way to get in. Like with there's no way to drive in. They shut down the road. They shut down a couple bridges in the side third. So shit's crazy. Yeah, don't go there. That shit's crazy too because they said that's gonna be burning for like 200 plus years. So I was looking at Mass Effect for the year that we made contact with the other races and stuff in Mass Effect, and it's like that's 2274. It's like, oh, that shit's still burning.
Maybe that was the beacon that they came down to. It's like, hey, it's a flare. Let's go see what it is.
Nah, it's because we found the mass relays, and they were like, what the fuck are you doing here? Get the fuck out of here, monkey. What the fuck you calling a monkey? Ah.
I'm trying to think. New national treasure. What would they go for? Because, I mean, it doesn't necessarily have to be treasure. It has to be aliens.
They're going to break into Area 51.
That's probably what it'd do. It'd be Roswell. Because you remember in the second movie, the guy, he had the book and it was like all the secrets. Then remember the president at the end of it, he's like, hey, you should look into this.
Yeah.
So it's either going to be aliens or whatever the president had him look into, but they didn't go into what it was.
Which is funny because each president hides it in a different place. Isn't there like a thing that the president does where they choose a library to be their presidential library or something like that?
Yeah, I'm not sure.
You got me there. I don't fucking know.
I thought I had heard Trump. They said that Trump had chosen a librry that was. I don't know.
We all know Trump can't read.
He's still got to choose one though. So he
wait,
chose like the kitty corner of a Bart's.
He chose the library, or did Melania choose the library for him?
Yeah, let's choose the library in the Kremlin. It's like that's not in America, honey. It's like yet. I'm kidding, Vladimir Putin. You don't need to come here riding on your bears. Anyway, fucking.
So Iron Sky 2 is going to happen?
Iron Sky 2. The skyening. Fucking.
Oh, I got something for you real quick. So people are complaining that there isn't a Supernatural game. They was like, oh, it'd be great because you could have.
Fucking.
They said you can either do it two ways. You can either play through the series, or you can make an extra character. You can help Sam and Dean do stuff, and then all the big events would be from the major story stuff.
I want a Supernatural beat 'em up. I want a fucking Musou game for Supernatural. It'd be so stupid.
And then someone was saying
Wendigos. He's just like
And then someone commented.
Wendigos would be probably annoying as shit.
Yeah, it would definitely be annoying as shit.
And someone made a comment like, "Oh, you want a game where you fight supernatural things like The Witcher?" And then all the comments just stopped after that.
They're not wrong though, because The Witcher is shitty conditions and
yeah,
the
supernatural video game.
The author made that shit in Poland when he was poor and stuff. So it's all it's not yay happy Harry Potter still has an underlying oh magic. It's it's love and it's happiness and this that and third blah blah. Even there's evil people whatever, but it's Witcher is just nothing but contempt for his situation. It's just I'm fucking old. I don't want to fucking deal with this shit anymore. He's me going to work.
Another thing, apparently, they already got okay for season 2, and season 1 isn't even out yet. The Witcher. What? That's what I heard.
Henry Cavill shouldn't be Jerry. He shouldn't be Geralt. It should be Mads Mikkelsen. He's literally like from that area of Europe. He's Nordic, which is actually it's Poland. It's close enough. Nordic. It's close enough that like Mads Mikkelsen would be the perfect person to do him, and he already has gray hair. But no, slap a fucking wig on Henry Cavill and it's just ugh.
Make sure you shave that mustache. But yeah, I was going through some stuff and it was like breaking news: Witcher 2 or rumor Witcher 2 already is okayed for season, or Witcher's already okayed for season 2. Season 1 isn't even out yet. I don't think it's out yet.
They must feel really good about that shit. Either that or they're desperate.
I mean, they have enough content to put enough out for season 2, but I don't know how it's going to be.
That's kind of ridiculous. Yeah. So anyway, I had a question about one of our recurring segments.
One Piece.
Now, it's not gonna be aimed at me though. The Are They Crazy? So basically, some people are upset. I encountered a argument somebody had. They were like, they're upset because Rogue is a character like from X-Men, who she doesn't really like. A lot of times she doesn't practice her powers and stuff. So a lot of times her powers are not like they're just like taken at face value. They're not like, oh, I'm polishing them and making sure like I can now touch people without this and that. There's certain versions of her where they have that like pre-built in, but usually they don't show her like training too much with her powers.
Well, that's because her powers are like passive.
Exactly. So my thing is like, are they crazy for being upset that she doesn't practice her powers? Because it's like, I can murder a person just by touching them. Is that a good idea for me to practice? You know what I mean?
And she also, and it's one of those things like, they don't go, well, at least to my knowledge, they haven't gone super deep into it. So we don't even know if it's like a same kind of draw all the time. So like, if she touches someone, can she like reduce how much she's pulling from them? Because typically she just touch them and then pull away. She never like.
Well, that would be like what the training would be, is like figuring out how to.
But it's one of those things. The only people she could do that on is like Wolverine.
Pretty much.
Because anyone else will.
Colossus. I think Colossus' skin might protect him from that.
I don't know. I don't recall her. I mean, I don't read the comics as much, so I don't know how her interactions are with Colossus.
Or wait, is it Colossus that she's paired with, or Kitty Pryde?
Kitty is paired with Colossus.
Is Kitty paired with? Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
And that's why they're married.
Yeah.
Well, not anymore, because now Colossus is gay.
Hey, maybe Kitty will end up with her sister. Magic.
She's unstable. Very.
Megatron Warrior. Megatron. What the?
But yeah, the only one she could do that with, like Rogue to train, is literally people with healing factor. And Wolverine is like the most famous healer, or healing factor person.
I mean, they've been practicing.
Oh, it reminds me of there was in one of the episodes, someone turned into Gambit. No, someone turned into Rogue and told Gambit it was okay to kiss her. So then that person left and he saw the real Rogue and kissed her and almost died. It might have been.
That is the worst fucking prank to do to somebody. Why would you do that?
It might have been Morph. I got to double check. And she was
Morph
so upset.
Would do some fuck shit like that.
Morph is great.
Fucking dick.
Morph had a tough life though.
Yeah.
Morph has been brainwashed and captured and tortured. Morph is one of Wolverine's like real friends. Like Wolverine is like, I'm gonna have to leave the X-Men because I gotta go find my boy. Because Morph can make me laugh. Like, he literally was like, Morph was one of the few people who can make me truly laugh. I gotta go find my boy. And he just like leave the X-Men, go find Morph. I'm like, that's a ride or die right there.
Well, more so right, because Wolverine just motherfucker won't die.
He don't stay dead.
I mean, Old Man Logan shit. They went in to explore the idea that his healing factor
was he at that point?
I don't know, because his
aging is interesting.
His age is like Old Man Logan is just normal. What's his name? But his age goes up to like I think it's like he's old enough for Hawkeye to be an old man. So Hawkeye was like 80, so maybe like 40 or 50 years in the future or something like that. They said that basically what aged him up though was his
stress.
Stress, because
raising a teenage daughter.
Yeah, I mean it might be stress because fucking killed all of the X-Men because they were like, Mysterio was like, hey, enemies, and he just went on a blood rage and killed all the enemies and turns it off, and it's like, oh shit, I killed all my friends. Like, but it's the poisoning, the metal poisoning from the adamantium that's fucking with him. Yeah,
because in some versions it's like a complete bond. You don't gotta worry about it. Some versions his body's always fighting it, which is why in some versions his healing factor is here. He gets adamantium, it drops to here, and then over time it drops and drops and drops.
I think they retconned it. She's cute. I think they.
Frank Khadijah.
That name sounds familiar. But keep going.
I've told you that name a couple times. That fucking. I know too many women named Khadijah, and
They all know each other.
I hope not, because then hey, it's your boy. I'm dead.
Nah, it's your boy, Skinny Penis.
Back at it again. Ooh,
I didn't do it.
You good?
What
was that?
Sound like the back of the chair.
Yeah, it was. It did that as I was leaning forward.
Make sure you were safe.
I was leaning forward when it happened. I was leaning forward.
Nah, but I think they retcon that now that he it like is always pulling from him. It's just not as bad now, because that's supposed to be the future of the Marvel universe, but then they changed it, so now it's not.
Yeah,
it's fucking weird. So he should be like 200 something, because it's 50 years from the present, and he's like colonial age time shit.
That's all. Like, I know he's like dumb.
He's born like around like early 1800s. He fought in the Civil War, so he had to be like, you know,
on which side?
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I just imagine the storm is like, which side was you on? Which side was you on, Logan?
What the fuck? You're African though. You don't.
Oh, she's African and American. Because I think her mom is African, her dad is American.
Mom is Kenyan, yeah, and I think her dad is from like
Boston or something.
Yeah. Or Manhattan or something.
Boston Tree Party.
Boston. Oh no. So you know who else has fucked up aging and is weird? You look at, so there's the baby from Yoda species that showed up in the Mandalorian.
Oh, the 50-year-old baby?
Fucking, it's funny because they already said, they basically retconned it because like, at 50, Yoda should have already been full grown. So now they're like, well, fuck that though. It's still baby. It's like, okay. It's fucking weird. Because they said by 100, Yoda was already training people to be Jedi. So how could he do that if he was like a teenager? Or
Cocoon.
not even, I guess.
0 to 50 is a baby. Then 50 to 75 is Cocoon.
Yeah. And they're trying to theorize where it came from, because they're like, well, I mean, they don't come from nowhere. So who's the
Beyond
mom?
the source wall.
Fucking the source wall for... Technically, that is part of... Star Wars is part of... Marvel makes comics for them now, because Disney owns all of it. Which people... That was so dumb, because I saw a thing where a lady...
Infinity Stone lightsaber. Oh.
Now we get why his fucking lightsaber was purple, right? But nah, the lady who's in charge of Star Wars, she's like, oh, it's hard to make Star Wars now because, you know, we don't have like comics to pull from and stuff to do this, that, and third from. I'm just like,
I saw a meme where like I guess that's what they were talking about. Then they just show like a shit ton of like Star Wars things. It was like,
yeah, fucking ridiculous, because they got rid of all that stuff, the extended universe, and now they're saying, oh, it's called Legends. So like, there's stories that I guess could exist, and they'll cherry pick from them, but it's basically they're like, we don't want to go off of that because we don't want to have to pay those people who wrote that. So like, no, that's all fake except for what we want.
Not gonna lie, I've only ever seen one Star Wars movie, and that's it.
Oh, which one was it?
The one with Rey. That one.
Oh,
the first one or the second one? She was in 2.
Yeah,
First one.
I've only seen one.
First one.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So
you know,
you
when
didn't get to
Adam
really...
Driver had a temper tantrum in the damn computer room, and you see the stormtroopers come around the corner here.
Fucking
did he back away?
The one with Daniel Craig, because he's just randomly a fucking stormtrooper. Which it's like, why use him as that when like he was wearing the thing the whole time? Nobody would even fucking known. That's like That's worse than Brad Pitt, because it's like you have to recognize him by his voice.
At least Brad Pitt, you saw his face for like a half a second.
Word.
Oh.
That was very dumb.
For, wait, say it again?
Deadpool.
Remember, he was the invisible one. He got electrocuted, and you saw his face for like a split second. Yeah, I'm pretty.
It was like that. It was like when they were parachuting down.
Yeah,
and they were all getting got.
Only one that survived was Domino.
Yeah, she's.
Actually, there was one person who survived the parachuting. He just didn't survive where he landed.
Yeah,
which was fucked up.
It was the invisible dude. No.
No, invisible dude hit by power
bus.
lines.
Did somebody get hit by a bus?
Yeah, somebody did get hit by a bus.
Was that Terry Crews?
Landed like directly in front of him. He's like, I made it. They're like,
yeah,
boom.
You know, they made like a whole Twitter page and everything for his character.
Fucking
no.
Yeah, they like went hard for his character.
Pennywise ended up in a garbage disposal or fucking wood chipper. Bill Skarsgård, the guy who does Pennywise now.
Was that Bill?
That was him. Yeah, he ended up in a fucking wood chipper.
They flew right into fat suit and everything. Damn.
He was like, ooh, that wasn't good.
Mom, me and Deadpool went back in time to save him.
Why do that?
Because he was the best one. He was number one.
No, I think he went back in time to say what's his name. Remember the
Robert Yangerman Jensen?
He was number one. He saved Schmitty, and he also saved that one guy. Was the normal dude?
He shaved
probably. I don't know what kind of initiation task force.
Hey, you said it, not me.
It's possible.
You said Schmitty, and then you said he shaved the guy.
I thought the normal dude was the one who went into the wood chipper.
I'm pretty sure it was Bill Skarsgård because I remember his weird ass face. And I remember like, oh, I don't have to look at his weird ass face. It's fucked up. The normal guy got killed, and I remember I think that was one of the ones he actually like in the end of the movie when he was time traveling and like he killed himself when he was riding the Green Lantern and all that stuff, and he saved that guy. I think that was like one of the things the mistakes he went back and like fixed.
Yeah, because it was like, no,
we have to save him. He's too precious. Yeah. But yeah, everybody's talking about this Baby Yoda, and I'm like, I just wanted to bring it up because it brings joy to people's lives.
Listen here, you little shit.
Right?
That would be hilarious if like Yoda's master was kind of like Batman's master or like Wolverine's master, just talking the most junk to him. Like, you're still a piece of trash. You're just less of a piece of trash now.
Making fun of the way he dresses.
Because Wolverine's like old samurai master would just crap on him all the time, and it was great. And Wolverine would respect it and take it, and it was great because no one talks to Wolverine like that and lives.
I will have to say, for speaking of samurai, found out the new killer for Dead by Daylight, and it's an Oni.
Oh, okay.
So
it will be an Oni?
Yeah.
So
and
that's what her father is?
He's fucking... No, it's not her father.
It's not her father?
No. It's weird because now he has a good ability to where it's kind of like the Hillbillies where he can charge and down you in one hit, but you can bump into something while charging. It's not going to take you out of it. It's pretty cool. And he has... you collect blood droplets in order to get into this rage mode. It's very...
Really? So you injure a survivor, and then you click as they're trying to run away from you. You're collecting their blood in the process.
Yeah, and it leads you to them
so
basically.
It's like better scratches. It's dope.
But now for the survivor woman, who's very gorgeous, she has an ability to reset a pallet. So you could drop a pallet and then reset it.
Oh shit!
Very weird.
That's
so. Now
I'm thinking about it though. What happened? Because a lot of times, immediately the killer will break the palace to.
Well, then you got people like you and myself who just go around the pallet, so you can go behind them and just. Bloop. So you should have broke it.
You know what would have been cool, just from a design perspective? A Tengu.
Actually,
that's what we
basically
were
what
speculating.
He's gonna have different masks.
Okay,
one of the masks is gonna be the
Tengu
nose.
But see, I was speculating that they were going to put in the Tengu because the sword and the weirdness and all that shit.
Tengus tend to be like really weird. I mean, Oni and Tengus are both up there when it comes to weird looking, but Tengus tend to be a little more weird because they usually have like extra stuff on them.
They got like bird, dove wings or something.
Yeah,
Like
Bird man.
Bird.
Love you, Holmes. What was it? It was another thing that the survivor was able to do that I was like, oh shit. I'm blanking on it because I'm stupid.
Bruh, the swordsman dude the samurai dude was dope, but like he's easily jukeable. I've seen like just watching the video that Joe was watching, he got juked like 5 times. Just because people were just like,
Well, he wasn't using the full word. I'm assuming when you get the 3rd tier level for doing that.
I think his hitbox will increase.
No, not at the hitbox. He'll be able to control it more instead of
Maybe
him like you're running. You really have to struggle. It sounds like you don't have power steering, so you're like really struggling to turn the wheel.
No, I meant just like in terms of just doing an attack. Like somebody was right up on him, and then they would go, So he goes like that, and it's just like.
Well, that's any.
It seemed to happen way more though.
That's anyone that's capable of doing it to any killer.
Yeah, but it just seemed like
it's just a 360 move. I get got by that a lot.
I just thought of something hilarious based off of what he just said. They came out with a new Need for Speed game. I'm just imagining like, what if power steering was paid DLC?
I almost hate the time we live in for the bullshit that certain technologies have afforded us. It's like, bruh, you don't have to cut corners just because, we can add shit to the game afterwards so we can just do patches and like we don't have to fix all our problems. It's like, or you could just make a good game.
Trying to drift without power steering.
Fucking, oh my god.
You have to start the turn like 5 minutes before you even get to the damn turn.
Fucking Ramos was driving his car like that, and I'm like, bro, he's got no power steering or he's got some power steering in his car, so he's sitting there like, ugh. I'm like, bro.
Obviously, he didn't buy the DLC.
You have not unlocked this content yet.
That's fucked up. You don't get the steering wheel yet.
Just start steering, just pop someone on the steering wheel.
Pop the frisbee in there. That's fucked up. That goes up. That's right up there with fucking day 1 50 gigabyte patch. It's like, just throw the whole game away. If it's that bad, that's more than the game. Looking at you, Fallout 76. Fucking, we're not talking about that. It's a whole rabbit hole. We're not doing that. It's fucking bullshit. So, apparently Valve is trying to make a new, it's going to be like a VR Half-Life game. Something called Half-Life Alyx.
I heard about that.
And it looks interesting. It's VR only though. And also, it's not Half-Life 3, so a lot of people are upset.
Because I know some people are saying they've been waiting for like 10 years?
Been waiting for a while.
For Half-Life 3, and I was like, well, I mean, now you know how the Kingdom Hearts people feel. Waiting for Kingdom Hearts 3. Then again, Kingdom Hearts did get a bunch of like small stuff in between 3.
Yeah.
They got, a little teaser, little taste.
Oh my god, that if anything, that was almost a little bit more annoying because now you have like all these fucking games you got to go to for
all the
if
extended,
you want the whole story.
If you want to understand, like these
are
where Heartless
5
come
side
from.
games. Yeah,
these
exactly.
are where nobody's come from.
You got to play these 5 side games, read these couple comic books. That's why a lot of people
that's Sora's real dad.
Yeah. Wow. For Final Fantasy, there's a lot of people who are upset about that because in 15, there's like a TV show and a comic book that you have to read to get the whole story or something like that. It was very stupid.
Don't you have that one?
I do have that one. I haven't played it yet.
Are you gonna watch a TV show and read
Joe's
the
like rubbing the bottom of his chonkle on my foot. I'm like, what the fuck was that?
My foot's been here this whole damn time. You just trying to play footsies with a motherfucker.
How can I do that if I don't even know where your foot is?
You was trying to find a way and it took you long enough.
Alright, yeah, I'll find it. No. Anyway. Frickin' a lot of people are still pissed about that though. No Half-Life 3.
Are you gonna watch the TV show and read the comic?
Sorry, Gingerbread Man. No, I'm probably not. I'm good with that.
Fine with the incomplete story.
Oh yeah, while we're on the story of fuck shit, let's circle back around to Google's fuck shit. Yeah, has anyone heard of the Stadia?
The what?
Stadia.
Yeah, Stadia.
Tomato.
Yeah, pretty much.
What's the name? I think is in the commercial for it now.
Who?
The dude who does the Reggie Watts, I think his name is.
Yes, yeah, he's in like a lot of them.
Yeah, he's in the commercial. He was like, unlike consoles, the Stadia doesn't need doesn't take up space, and then you just flip someone's game.
Yeah, right.
I'm like, yeah, you can't be just going to people's houses flipping people games like that, bro.
Also, unlike consoles, apparently you can't play 4K games on it, even though it says you can.
That's hilarious.
Google's kind of fucking up with that. Because Red Dead Redemption doesn't come in 4K yet. Fucking, there's a bunch of stuff like that. It's annoying because the philosophy that they've done with games is what they're doing with this console. Of like, hey, put it out early. Who gives a fuck? We haven't finished all the components or whatever, but they're not gonna care. We'll just tell them they're there, and we'll tell them the functions are there, and then who gives a fuck?
I've been seeing a lot of videos on YouTube with 1440 instead of 1080. Just when you said 4K, it made me think of like, I've been seeing higher resolution YouTube videos recently.
I didn't think there was anything between 1080 and what's his name?
Yeah.
4K.
I saw 1440 and I was like, interesting. Now you can see, the sweat. People running, doing marathons and stuff.
You can tell if your news is real because if your newscaster is sweating.
This Adam's apple is jiggling to the left side of the right.
Yeah, there's riots outside the studio. Starts doing the Hank Hill breathe. Anyway. Frickin'. I want to see the Sonic movie.
Oh, have you seen the memes? About someone be like, complaining doesn't get anything done. It was like, look, Mom, complaining fixed Sonic.
Not wrong. Shit looks good though. I after the redesign, I looked at the new trailer, and it actually looks good. I want to see it. So February, gotta go see that.
Still can't believe they fucked it up that badly to begin with.
Oh my god, trying to be too realistic.
Yeah, can't always have to take the Pikachu realism.
Yeah, I mean that's
people,
probably what they were trying to go for.
That's what I think they were doing, and people weren't even prepared for Detective Pikachu realism.
Yeah, at first people were like, "Oh, that looks weird," and then they got used to it.
Yeah, it was like that's how it would look though. So.
There's still certain Pokemon that look weird. Like Mr. Mime is like very weird.
I'm trying to think, what do you think would be the weirdest Pokemon that wasn't in the movie? Like if it was,
I never saw Pokemon or Detective Pikachu. So
it's good. It's good.
I haven't seen it either.
I think for me, like there were a few Pokemon in it that looked weird.
So. I should direct this question at you. What do you think would be the weirdest looking Pokemon that would have been in that movie that wasn't in the movie?
First, who is the weirdest one who's in the movie?
The weirdest one that's in the movie?
Like look wise, like with respect to to try to make it look real.
Loudred.
No.
I
would say like Snubble,
Lotez,
Ludicolo.
Final Evolution. I'm blanking on the name right now.
Ludicolo.
Yeah.
But to me, it was more so just like it was Apom, like the Apoms, and Snubble that looked weird.
Think of nightmares.
Not really think of nightmares. Snubble just looked like
kind of off,
like a pug, like a regular pug.
You think that'd be the easiest one to do because it's fucking based off an animal?
Think of a pug with a runny nose.
So a pug.
So that bear Pokemon, Beartic's first form.
Not that bad.
Okay. Because that like literally just has a big glob on.
Yeah, it's just like
at all times.
You know what I think would be like not necessarily scary and that it looked bad, but just scary if it was put into like real looking Sableye. I think Sableye would freak people out.
Apparently Mewtwo is freaking out children.
I had heard that. I did hear that.
And they didn't even show Mewtwo's other forms.
So what do you think would be the weirdest Pokemon if they were to put it into the movie? Like the style of the movie.
Slowking, I think.
You think Slowking?
Because he has a Homer Simpson.
Basically does.
I'm trying to think.
Duskparks could be
You
weird
respect
too.
your king.
I'm trying to think of like, because like they do have quite a few different gens in the movie. Like some of like from like the newer gens. So I'm trying to like. They're literally like just like quick views. But yeah. If they were to put it in that movie, I would say.
I feel like Muck would be hard to render.
Yeah, it's like constantly moving and all that shit.
Nah, really, it would just be like slime.
That's
generally what they are.
You'd have to render.
Well, not in terms of like how they look, just in terms of like rendering it, because it's always like fluid and moving.
And you'd have to render like the light glistening off it and all that other shit.
What? It's the one that was in Sapphire and all that. The little dinosaur with the bananas for a chin.
What's
Tropius?
And I kept saying not Absol. It's the one that's the.
Absol would probably look really cool.
Jeremy just sent you a kiss.
Tropius might look decent.
I have his phone.
No, I know. I'm about to say, I'm like, are you gonna blow him the kiss for him?
What's with you in this gay stuff, man?
It's fucking hilarious.
You know what? I love Joe enough to do that for him.
See?
Why not?
Why won't you accept love?
Who said I wasn't accepting love? I'm talking about like, why are you always on some gay stuff? Just because my boyfriend sent me a kiss doesn't mean it's gay. God damn, like what the fuck, man?
Why do you keep doing this?
Because it's funny.
Actually, Tropius might look decent just because.
I think they had a Tropius in there.
Bananas are real.
Yeah, I was gonna say bananas are real.
Why
And
not?
Jurassic Park.
Yeah, but it's a very weird
shit.
color.
There's
brown.
bananas there. Holy fuck.
I mean, they might play with that shade of brown though. Because there's a lot of different shades of brown in general, so they could probably play with it and not make it look too weird.
I mean,
Jinx.
We would know that.
Yeah, Jinx.
I mean, just put Nicki Minaj and copy. There you go.
Wow. That's not even who that's based off of.
Jinx is more real than Nicki Minaj.
Wow.
You got a point. Nicki Minaj.
Cringy.
Was there a Hitmonlee and Hitmonchan in Detective Pikachu?
I know.
I didn't see any.
Maybe that was in like a.
Then again, I was like
that they took out.
There might have been,
Because
but it was like literally like
Hitmontop might be a weird one in there.
Hitmontop would be weird.
Was there
Tyro might.
Electivire would probably be cool.
Anything that looks like human looking vaguely would probably be weird. You know what I mean? Because I thought Mr. Mime was fucking weird. Like,
I thought Mr. Mime was fun.
Man, he was going on hard. His wife should always wear a helmet.
You know what I would actually like to see? Typhlosion. That would probably be. And Zangoose. Ooh.
I never realized Typhlosion was like a weasel or something. I was
like a ferret or something.
I thought it was like a dog. But
that would be pretty cool.
What?
The Oxy might look weird.
The fuck you mean? It look like a dog.
I thought it was a dog.
Yo, what type of dogs did they have in Jersey where you were at, man?
I'm not from Jersey. And Jersey probably would have weird fucking dogs because toxic runoff.
Yeah, that Homer Simpson fish, 3 eyes.
No, the other fish that has a human face.
So is he basically basically like the hillbilly, just with like a sword or whatever he's using?
Kind of.
Well, he has a sword for a regular weapon, but when he goes into that rage mode, he brings out the club.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And he also has didn't they say like when he's running, if he bumps into something, he doesn't stop running?
Yeah, he doesn't stop running.
Yeah.
I'm just showing you like the first. I didn't know you was watching it.
I mean,
by all means, you can watch the whole thing if you want. I was just showing you like the video clip they had for both of them.
37 minutes. Oh, the opening.
Yeah,
that was cool. How they had her like coming in on the motorcycle. Like,
I think she cool as hell. I like her.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, he was an interesting killer.
Is there like a date on the release date for them yet or no?
It's probably gonna be with the next patch, which I think is No, I think it's December. I think December is the next go around. Because when did Demogorgon come out?
October. Because didn't they make sure to have it around for like the month of October?
I think it was before. It might have been September, actually, like late September, because October they were trying to get things done to make sure.
For Halloween events.
Yeah, and they kept having to push it back, we got the Halloween event on Halloween, which is kind of sad.
Yeah, dip it up.
October, November. So yeah, it will either be December or January. If Dim Garden came out in September, then it will be December when this one will come out. If it came out in October, then January is when this is gonna come out. Because they always do about like a 3-month span.
I have a question real quick before I forget. Are we gonna take a field trip when that Demon Slayer movie come out to go see it in theaters?
I'm down.
Where is it?
I thought it was gonna be Tisseltown.
Yeah, most likely.
Oh, well, yeah.
Field trip.
Because I've been asking everybody, and some people are like, "Oh, I don't think it's gonna come here," and it's like, okay, so does that mean we're not gonna go if it comes?
Any theaters for anime ones, if they have Fathom, they're gonna get it.
Fathom.
Oh, what's the name is in theaters? I think right now, Princess Momonoke. They're doing a run for it.
They have a whole Ghibli thing that they're.
Yeah. Oh, what's the name is supposed to be coming back to theaters too? I think it's called Paramore. It's by the people who made Gurren Lagann. It's basically a mecha firefighters type thing.
It was funny hearing the two Canadian dudes I listened to argue over what the name should be because it's a French name.
Whoa, what made you mad?
She's sweet.
In my head.
Eric Sweet.
I'm hungry.
Yeah.
Oh, your donuts.
So, are you leaving the white man stranded out there?
Kinda, yeah. He hasn't texted me back or anything, so I don't fucking.
See hitchhiking?
He's fine.
Hillbilly Hoedown.
Oh yeah. So Jim Carrey,
carrying that whole movie.
Yep. He's very busy though, because he's also going to be making The Mask 2.
There's already a Mask 2.
Yeah, but like, it's not. I don't think it's labeled The Mask 2. I think it's just
Son of the Mask, isn't it?
Yeah. So it's literally like a thing that's following him again, I guess, like his character.
They're gonna get Cameron Diaz back.
I honestly don't care too much for like the duo that played in Son of the Mask.
David Kennedy.
For that role.
B-Red.
I remember that dude.
For that, I didn't. I was like,
Malibu's Most Wanted.
Yep. He was in What's Name for a long time. If that's what I'm thinking of, Ghost Whisperer. He was in a bunch of Ghost Whisperer episodes.
Traffic. Looking for my chapstick. There's a Ford Maverick. I always get that wrong because apparently there's more. I watched it the other day and there's apparently more shit between Traffic, looking for my chapstick, and then there's something else, and then there's Ford Maverick at the end. So I've been fucking that up for years. But my verse is better, I think. Yeah, that's some fuck shit. If you guys want, we can go to Tinseltown whenever. See all the new movies coming out.
I mean, there's still a bunch of old movies I haven't seen. I haven't seen China Dragon 3 yet. I hear they're making another one with Hiccup's kids.
Yeah.
So
I mean, the guy who I think is Jay something. He's been slated to do How to Train Dragon 1 through 4 for like the longest. Like after 1 was so big, they said that
he already signed it.
Yeah, like it was on his IMDb page after.
That is Sorcerer's Apprentice dude.
Yeah. The Alan Richson, the guy who was the voice of Thad. The guy who was the voice of he was the voice of Raph in the Ninja Turtle movies with Weird Thumbs. What's her name? Fucking
Megan Fox.
Yes,
Jinx.
Megan Fox. They were saying that he had signed on for 3 movies, so I don't know if they're going to try to do another one. But he also hated working for them because apparently that was some shit. I saw a thing he did like a week ago. He did a interview where he was talking about that. That shit was crazy. He said that there was one day for production where like they had to stop production suddenly because they ran out of money for that day. They were like about to go over, so they had to be like, okay, production crew and everything like that. This, that, and third. Everybody pack shit up, leave. This, that, and third, blah, blah, because we can't afford to keep paying you. And they actively left the 4 people who played the Ninja Turtles, like do the voices for the Ninja Turtles, and they also do the mocapture too. So it is actually acting. They left them in a parking lot while everybody else was getting shuttled out to where they were supposed to be because they were like, oh, well, if we keep them on the clock, then, you know, we'll have to pay them more. But they're contracted. They don't that doesn't work for them. I thought that was fucked up. They were literally sitting there in a parking lot for like an hour or an hour and a half. Kind of fucked up. Treat like people in your movie like that, but you know. So they were talking about how they might not make a third one, even though he signed on for 3 movies.
I'm curious if they're gonna do any more Netflix stuff for How to Train a Dragon. Cause like the first movie came out, and then literally all that Netflix stuff, all those like 30 seasons of How to Train a Dragon, is between movie 1 and 2.
Yep.
So I'm curious if they're going to do anything for in between movie 2 and 3.
I mean, Netflix always need content, so
I'm just my thing is they haven't said anything, and they're already talking about a 4th movie. So that's
I mean, with Hulu and Disney Plus trying to be the big bad now.
Trying to do the fusion dance.
Let's see, it's Disney Plus, Hulu, and
that's why it has a plus, because Disney Plus, and eventually you're going to add on Hulu.
All the fucking
there's another streaming thing. I think that the ESPN or some shit like that.
I thought Disney Plus was had ESPN.
Yeah.
Oh, so maybe that's what I was.
Yeah, because Disney owns ESPN.
Yeah,
I believe.
So they have those 3 streaming things. So
actually, does ESPN have its own streaming thing?
yeah,
like a separate one. Okay, yeah. I think what happens is when you order Disney Plus, you have the option to add on some of their other stuff too. The same way like Hulu lets you add on like HBO and all that other shit
for like $50 fucking. Like, god damn.
And the funny thing is, you put all the streaming services together, like $90. Oh, that's not as bad. That's like almost equal to cable. And it's like, yeah, but you also need internet so that should be like included in that.
Oh, don't worry, Disney will get into internet eventually.
That's the one thing I'm doubtful about, only because the company that owns the internet towers and all the shit, like the physical shit you need for the internet, they are unyielding. And it's like they might possibly be older than Disney.
Disney's going to send the Avengers out.
So it'll be one of those things where like the new bad guy is like, yeah, I'm a new bad guy, I'm badass, this, that, third, blah, blah. And they go to try to like reach the elder gods. They're just like, who are you? I don't even know you. They're like, oh, this, that, third, blah, blah. I was there when it was written, bitch. Oh yeah.
Like, see that tower right there? My great granddad made that tower with his hands.
His bare hands. Word. You know how many animals he murdered to make that? Made it out of their bones.
Joe must have the 10-inch Mushu.
What's that?
Actually,
Mushu!
10-inch Mushu?
Oh.
Oh, did you see that they're doing, what's his name from Toonami?
Tom.
Yes, Tom. They have a Tom Pop.
Really? Which which version of him?
First one.
First one? So he's got like the baby belly and everything?
Yep.
Nice.
You know what I was thinking about when you said how many animals my granddad killed to make the tower? It's like maybe that's the sequel to Horizon Zero Dawn.
Oh my god. Wow, I kind of want that.
GameStop.
Not even gonna lie, kind of want that.
Right now, we're going to.
This is going to be a GameStop.
Like right now?
January 6th.
Okay.
Huh.
So on January 5th,
You got my boy.
Who's that?
Website's like
Oh, it's Aizawa's son. Everybody keeps saying that. I don't know why. Because the eye power is where? I don't find it. Actually, his is an eyes thing, though.
No.
He's purple,
It's a reaction thing. Like,
Yeah.
if you respond to him.
I know. But, people were saying that he might have been... Is he inspired by, like, Purple Man from Marvel?
It's possible. Because it is an auditory thing.
Yeah, mind control powers with being paired with the color purple is like already a thing. Yeah. Oh man, I watched the newest episode of Hero Academia. Fucking Kirishima, my boy, he did it.
Kirishima's unbreakable.
Fucking that shit was dope. Surpassing his limits.
So, you know what I'm curious about? Because the most common Hero Academia cosplays are Midoriya, Bakugo, All Might, Kirishima.
Really?
Midnight.
Yeah.
And Rara.
Uraraka?
Yeah. So I'm curious how people are going to start doing Unbreakable Kirishima now.
Yeah,
just because
before
like
they were just doing like weird like padding and stuff to make it look like.
But now it's like even in his face too is like it's crazy.
His fucking pupils are doing it. Like his pupils are like ninja stars.
So I'm curious how they're gonna do it.
Shit's dope.
Tokiomi is actually one of the really popular cosplays too for Hero Academia. I've seen some people do his like close combat form. Oh, it's so good.
The coolest fucking name too.
Now you just gotta like learn how to hand-to-hand combat. He'll be a monster,
right?
I'm actually surprised he went the whole like Dawn the Shadow thing, since basically at nighttime that's what it does to him anyways.
Yeah, why not?
Maybe he's like inching into it. Yeah, he's basically like inching into it.
Wow. So, so when he becomes an adult and he's like gets to his zenith of power, him versus Escanor at dusk or dawn, be fucking hilarious.
It's basically gonna be what's the name?
You're gonna be so funny.
Can we not? No, don't bring up anything Seven Deadly Sins.
They're literally time powers.
Don't.
Based on how they get stronger based on what time of day it is.
They would have to fight. They would have to fight during an eclipse.
I'm still hurt. We can't.
Why were they both like technically? Yeah, that'd be dope. What do you mean you're still hurt? What happened?
Battle of the eclipse.
What happened? What happened?
This. I'm not about to spoil.
I'm talking about what's
it's this. It's to be or not to be, or is you is or is you ain't.
It's too painful, and I'm not going to ruin 7 Deadly Sins for people.
Oh actually, damn! It's like that kind of like you might stop reading type thing, or is it like I can't believe what they're doing with the story type thing,
or is it both?
The feels, man.
Oh, something just happened.
The fucking feels, man. They did my boy dirty.
Is it Bond?
No.
Is it worse than Kamina?
It's not Bond.
Well, if it's not Bond, I don't care.
I don't really care for that pedo character.
Hey, that bitch was 1600. She says so. You put that on me. You put that on me, Ricky Bobby.
So, Joe, I have a question for you. How do you feel about the censoring of 7 Deadly Sins? Because I heard people were complaining that the new season there was a lot of censoring and like the blood and stuff. So instead of the blood being red, it's like white, so it looks like sweat. People were complaining about that.
It's fucking weird. They're starting to do that with like JoJo did that with every time there's like a thing or something like that, it's just dark or black or something like that. It's fucking weird.
Never, because I think when like episode 2 or 3 came out of the new season, people were complaining about it, and it was one of those things where it's like 7 Deadly Sins isn't that graphic, so for them to censor that versus like if it was like Elfin Lade where body parts are flying around or something, like I can see them censoring that because literally that person's like pancreas is on the wall.
Well, they
like
I remember with dealing with the blood and everything, we had them dealing with demons and whatnot, and they made the blood purple, but I saw that as okay reason because they're different entities and
Yu Hakusho does the same thing.
I haven't watched it, so I don't know. That's why I'm asking you. But from what I was reading, they turning like if people are bleeding, instead of it being the normal color, is like white.
No, they didn't do that.
That's what I saw some screenshots.
Where are people watching it?
I don't know.
Because depending on where you watch it, there's different. So the thing I just said about JoJo, if you watch it on like a streaming site, or if you watch it on certain streaming sites or certain websites, they'll have the edited version. Or if you watch it on TV, because they edit that for TV.
All right, because I've only seen screenshots of it because I'm not caught up, so I haven't watched it. But I heard people complaining about it, so I was curious.
So when I watched again, I don't know if they went through and like did some fuck shit with it, but when I watched it, you still got the blood for everybody. So when Escanor, Bond, or like any like the regular human beings got fucked up and like they're bleeding, you saw like it was general color red blood. But if it's something where TV wise and they're trying to make it so if kids are watching it, it's not that bad. Okay, maybe, but I haven't seen it, so now I gotta go through and see if
they're talking about stuff like this. Like I said, I haven't watched it, so I'm not caught up. It could have been because it was like the TV version. Could have been.
Which I'm like, where are they playing that on TV?
I have no idea.
I wonder if they even have a deal with anybody to play it, like even in Japan. Because they might have edited. They usually edit stuff like that for TV. Like the streaming services don't give a fuck anymore.
Yeah,
like you paying for it, get it.
All of it.
Yeah, it was like, hey, old season had blood, new season has that white stuff.
Just like, that looks like someone jizzed on his ear. That's so weird. Show shadow that. The way they drew that looks like jizz. That doesn't even look like sweat.
That's
supposed
sweat.
to be blood.
That's wow. Okay.
But they censored it, so they didn't put it the blood color.
So you censored it and made it look like jizz. It's okay, kids. He's not dying. He's just covered in jizz.
Well, because then you see.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Well, see, the thing is, there's another thing like this, where it's just like, people just getting got. Like, there's some people just getting got, so I was like, I don't know.
So now
they'll
just be like, instead of being like, it was a bloodbath, they'll be like, it was a bukkake.
There's actually an anime where this girl...
That had to be on someone's... if they're showing that on TV, that has to be what that is. Because they have to go by different rules.
There's this girl in this anime...
FCC won't let me
who, she doesn't know anything. So this dude was... she's a martial artist and she didn't have any range attacks. So this dude was like, you should make a range attack. So she basically shoots energy and that's what she calls her energy attack.
She calls it the B word, I said.
And it's funny because the dude I think is the one who told her to name it that. So like, so she used it. He just over there laughing like in the corner.
That is fucked up. Is that one of those things where like he's from another world and she doesn't know what it is?
Oh no, it's like, like they're all from like this world, but it's one of those like Chinese cultivator kind of anime.
Oh.
And basically, she's basically been like the same, like literally the same for like 100 years, and she's kind of like slow-ish, but she got hands though. She got hands for days. So the dude was like, "Hey, you should come up with some long range techniques just in case you have to fight someone, at range." So then she learned how to like, release energy. And he was like, "Hey, I got a great name for that." So she was in this mad big tournament and she just used it, and dudes started dying laughing in the corner. It's actually a pretty interesting anime because basically it's one of those anime where like there's different people with different powers, and you have the people from high families, and high families trying to take out the other families, and it's a lot of that kind of stuff.
I have grinding and Destiny to do because I want to get this damn title before the season is over.
All right, well, you have fun, sir.
Okie doke, man. It's got work to do.
Actually, speaking of that, we gotta hop on Monster Hunter before December 5th because that's when the Resident Evil event goes away.
I was on there. I did it a few times.
How was it?
It's not that bad.
Because
it's horrible. It's fairly easy, especially everyone. I don't know what people are having issues with it for.
See, I hear that. I haven't played the event, but I heard that the way the influenza works or Fluzia works with the specific Resident Evil one is different than how it normally works with the regular ones.
So basically, you would gain health with the Fluzia.
Oh, okay.
So like if you're affected by effluvia, then you're now into this zombie-like state. You can't like stop. You basically can't stop the effluvia buildup from like affecting you. It's just like that's what they have, like green herbs and red herbs around, so you can like heal that. Joe he actually stayed in the zombie state for like a decent time because you do get your health back when you're
zombified.
Yeah. The more effluvia that's around, the more health you gain back in quicker. So I'll let it heal me up, and then all right. But while you're in that state, you have higher attack, and you don't flinch at all. So you could be in the middle of doing an attack, and they'll go to do something to make that will cut it. And you'll just keep going.
Unless Valhazak decides to do that, like the effluvia beam or like cloud shit. But I could be knocked back by that.
E-Sig burst.
So it made it very easy to get the mount because then you can do whatever. Claw, you can just do whatever and not have to worry about it at all. It does make it harder because then you do have to pay close to what your health is at to make sure that you're not getting too low. But it's pretty easy run.
All right,
because you'll probably die once or twice just because you're not paying full attention. Like, okay, yeah, I'm a zombie. I need to make sure that I'm not, because you can't dodge. There's no dodging at all.
Okay. All right, because right now, to my knowledge, there's 3 or 4 quests that drop like materials for special gear, and I've basically been running through those because I'm not high enough to do the Resident Evil one. Today, I was gonna try to rank up so I can do the Resident Evil one. I gotta fight the Seething Beelzebub next, and I think I'll be high enough to do it. If not, then I gotta fight something else. But pretty much, I'm at that point where I have to basically fight a couple quests to increase my master rank. So I'm hopefully trying to do that today, so that way next week or sometime tonight I can just power through that just to get the Resident Evil gear.
So no hero clicks tonight?
No, that's still hero clicks.
Oh, okay.
I mean, I'll gladly help with running through it.
All right, because I just finished running the quest that has the new charge blade.
Ooh.
There's a black charge blade. It was an event charge blade for the person who won the every once in a while they'll have like a create a weapon and send it in and we'll put it in the game kind of contest. And the person who won it, they made like a black charge blade with like thunder attribute. And I was like, I don't use charge blade, but it looks really cool.
I ain't seen anything before that.
So I've been running that. And I just finished getting the rest of the materials for it last night, but I'm not going to make it right now.
For?
It's like I think it's a 3 or 4 star master rank, and it's a Narakuga and the Sleepy. Yeah.
It's an event quest, or that's like an optional.
It's an event quest. It's called, I think it's called like the what is it called? The World's Great Every Hunter's Dream. I think it's called. Cause there's 2 of them. There's Every Hunter's Dream 1, Every Hunter's Dream 2, or Every Hunter's Dream 2, Every Hunter's Dream 3. I forget which one.
Mm.
The one with the Narakuga and the Sleepy Palomalu gives materials for that new Switch Axe, and also it gives materials to upgrade the Wyvern Ignition Sword, Greatsword. So if you use the Wyvern Ignition Greatsword, it has a new form called like Wyvern Ignition Break or something like that.
Interesting.
So you have to run that for the Charge Blade and to upgrade the Wyvern Ignition. The other one has the same name but different monsters. That one gives you Pelico gear. I haven't been running that one because I don't really do too much with my Pelico. Like I just switch the weapons around. I don't really switch the armor.
I mean, I switch around everything. Although I'm gonna have to go back to the. I like the Meowth cocktail one, but if you don't have the Vigor Wasp, you don't get the
revive.
Yeah.
And
honestly,
that's more important.
I just use the revive on stuff that I'm not used to fighting. Once I get used to fighting, I just plunder blade it.
I mean, I've been since halfway through. I haven't been using the revive, and it's like maybe I should have been.
Mm-hmm.
That's probably why I was having such an issue with fucking TO and all that shit. Cause
also your armor.
Got the job done with that armor though.
Okay, but it's like 78, and it's like when you get hit, you really feeling it.
At least it's not like, was it 4 generations where you had to fight a Devil Joe with no armor?
That was fucking terrible.
I mean, it wasn't, again, like I said, it wasn't the monster itself that I was getting killed by. Like, as you saw, it's area effect when I was in the Elder Recess.
You gotta get.
After I got him, I forced him out of there. So I was like, and once that was the case, it was.
I was gonna say there is a talisman that just turns off all area effect damage. I forget the name of it. There's one of the talismans can do it. You can just pop that on if you don't use if you don't rely on talismans too heavily. I forget what it's called, but it turns off like lava, fire damage, and all that stuff. That's what I use when I fight Xeno'jiiva, because you know how it'll
does random shit.
Yeah, and then ground's on fire.
And then it's like, oh, its chest is right there, but you can't stand there because stealth.
So I usually put that on, or you can use a fireproof mantle. But using the fireproof mantle for that takes up, a mantle slot, depending on how much you rely on mantles. So that's why I just use that. I can't remember the name of it right now, though.
I definitely need to go through and fight Xeno'jiiva now with Clutch Claw because it's easier to break the horns now.
Yeah.
Honestly, I just dual sword the face.
Yeah.
Or I'll clust it. Or not clust, sticky. Sticky to face, and once the horns break.
Clutch it.
Well, because what I was doing is I would get either a heavy bowgun or light bowgun, and I'll just use, and I'll just blast it. They have the ones that stick, and then I would shoot a rock at it to have.
I would just.
But sometimes that shit just does not want to explode.
And typically, what I do is I'll just get whatever weapon, like ranged weapon, has a lot of sticky, and I'll just unload sticky, and then once it falls over, I'll start using clust to just massive bombardment of damage. That's what I did when because for a while I could not break for some reason Biohazak face, so I was not getting horns. I literally had like 30 of everything, or not horns, fangs. Had 30 of everything, would never get fangs. So what I started using bowgun against it. Now it's sticky to face, then it'll fall over. Now I would just cluster the face.
Yep. It's dope.
I just made an armor set that was entirely increased sticky damage and part breaker.
I still haven't been playing because I'm an idiot. And why enjoy things in life when you can just be frustrated constantly?
I'm just trying to get through the event quests because I don't know when they're gonna pop out again. So I'm not even gonna make this up right now. I just want the materials so that way when I feel like making it, I can't make it. And like I said, I just finished getting all the materials for the switch axe and the greatsword. So now I just gotta rank up a little bit and then go after the Biohazak.
Yeah. Biohazak's a bitch.
I wonder if the weapons look different since they added a new Biohazak now.
Maybe.
Because Biohazak greatsword always looked really interesting to me. It almost looks like a blade on a guillotine or something.
Oh, like that weird half.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like that one girl's haircut. It's like the only I forgot her name because you kept forgetting her name because you kept going like that whenever you talk about her. Her name was Chelsea.
I'm not remember that. I remember this.
Yeah. She had the guillotine. She had the guillotine Karen cut before it was cool. Mm-hmm. That was like 10 years ago. Man, I feel so old.
I wonder what the next collaboration is going to be. They should do another Mega Man one.
Mega Man. Yeah, make somebody give them roll armor or something like that. Yeah, make a full Mega Man armor. The fuck?
They've had it for Pelicos before. They never had it for Hunters. They should do. They should do. They should make. They should have a base armor and an X armor.
Mega Man X and Zero armor. That'd be dope. Zero armor.
The weapon would be a bow gun?
Yeah. That's what they did for Metroid Prime. Because Metroid Prime, they had a full armor set with the weapon.
Weapon would be a bowgun for him, but for if they do Zero, it could be like dual swords. It could be swords, long sword, great sword.
It would be cool.
Yeah. And if they do style change Mega Man, they could be any weapon.
What was cool about the Metroid Prime is for bowguns, you know how you can put the different augments on it. So for the Metroid Prime gun, when you put the different augments on it, it actually looks different, like the different settings for the weapons in the game for Metroid Prime, which is really cool. I was never really big bowgun for 4 generations, but I would make everything because it looked cool.
Sitting there thinking I'm going crazy because the microwave's jiggling. I'm just like,
the microwave?
Microphone. Now I love how everybody wants to do that with me, but when it comes to y'all fucking up,
see?
I don't do nothing.
That's because Karma be fucking with you too much, so you know better.
What? Bullshit. You literally had me thinking of the ugliest characters yesterday. That was all you.
Was you on Tinder again?
No, because I was like,
what the fuck is his karma? I'm scared. It's coming.
being friends with me, that's his karma.
That's bullshit.
I'm a horrible friend. But no, because he was saying that I would be a hero, and I said, no, I'm not good looking enough to be a hero because all heroes are good looking. I say, wait, are there any ugly heroes?
And I gave you people, you kept saying, oh, for like Guy Gardner, he's not a hero.
No, Guy Gardner isn't ugly though.
I was gonna say Gang Orca.
You say that.
No, like I just saw the picture.
We were talking about just DC and like Marvel.
Freaking what's the name? Leech.
Yeah. Or Darwin.
Who?
They're both X-Men. Leech is basically kind of like Rogue, and then Darwin is basically I can adapt to anything, but because he can adapt to anything, he looks off.
But Darwin wasn't.
Well, Darwin in the movie was normal looking, but Darwin from
I'm going off the comics.
Yeah, Darwin in the comics, he looks a little off.
His father had nothing to do with him because of how weird he looked.
Yeah,
that was a staple of his character.
Yeah, and his mom tried to like be there for him, but his mom was kind of
even his mom was kind of yeah.
And he used to get picked on as a kid and stuff because he looked different, and he would like. You know those situations like, hey, don't bully the big kid? It was like that, except don't bully the mutant. And he would take it and take it and take it, and then people would like hit him with rocks, and then he would just turn his hand to a rock and thump him. Yeah,
Darwin's kind of a beast. You just can't kill him. The best you could do is contain him. That was fucking stupid.
Which they could have just been like, oh, he just turned into energy. He'll come back in a later movie.
He's literally done that before. He turned into energy and then bonded himself with Vulcan when they died. Which they weren't actually dead, so it's like, yeah.
I'm trying to think. Oh, any of the Murlocs. The Marauders and all of them, they all look different.
Yeah.
I mean, they're not necessarily heroes, though. Inhumans. They're more in the middle.
See, that's...
Inhumans.
Yeah, Inhumans. Freaking, what's the name? What's the Inhuman that's real smart? Can't think of his name right now.
Can't remember his name. I know what you're talking about, though. He's on the main team.
Yeah.
I just can't remember.
He wears green a lot.
He's like fish-looking dude. Almost.
Oh, there's Triton. I'm not thinking of Triton, but Triton. He's a fish dude.
From the Inhumans?
Yeah, Triton's an Inhuman.
Who am I thinking of then?
What's his name? Does his name start with a K?
I don't know. Kaldor. He's dope. Yeah, no.
I'm trying to think. There's Black Bolt. There's Medusa. There's Gorgon. Gorgon looks different. Triton.
I said Etrigan, but then he was like, "Oh well, Etrigan." I'm like, Etrigan's bonded with Jason Blood. Jason Blood's not ugly. He's like, "Yeah, see, then it doesn't count." I'm like, but Jason Blood's not where the power comes from.
I can't think of his name right now.
Also, Batman, his chin is ugly.
This has really bugged me. I can't think of his name.
I should just realize something. Everybody should be able to know who Batman is because he's always wearing the mask, which means that certain parts of he's white too.
Yep.
Certain parts of his skin ain't getting sunlight, and they're
like,
"Oh, he's always wearing the mask at night." I'm like, still though, you wear anything like that on your that close to your skin for like a dumb long time, it's gonna so like his chin is gonna be tan and the rest of his body's gonna be like messed up, like pale white. Can't think of nobody, can you?
I'm trying to think. What is that guy's name? What is that? Karnak.
Karnak, yeah, that's right.
That's the smart one. Karnak. He looks off.
I don't know who that is.
So what do you think about the first season of Daredevil so far?
It's interesting.
Yeah.
Although now I can't. I don't like the fact that they have two people in there that I find highly attractive.
Who's that?
It's like I don't want to be like, oh, I like this because they're attractive. It's like, all right, I have to very much be more.
Oh, that's how this conversation started. That's right. That's what it was. We were because didn't you say it was you like Daredevil, right?
Karnak.
Yeah, and then I told you because I remember I told you his last name is Cox, and you were like, whoa.
Everyone has that reaction when they find out someone's last name is Cox.
I didn't. When I was a kid, I met a kid named Darian Cox.
And you made fun of him.
I didn't.
Yes, you did. You trying to tell me you made fun
that was
of him
before we
last
knew
night?
it. That was before we knew what Cox was. That was before we knew like that was a name for penis. I'm talking like elementary school.
But now you make fun of people with the last name of Cox.
Who?
Because you're inappropriate.
I'm inappropriate?
Yes.
You are the last person who should be telling.
I am not inappropriate
you sure
at
you
all.
Are bullshit.
My mother raised
sure
a good,
nigga,
God-fearing
really?
Christian young man.
That's bullshit already. You don't even believe that. Look at your face. You can't even hide your fucking smile.
Leech.
Bullshit.
Leech.
See?
Joe just fell in love with him. He's like, see, he's not. I forgot. That's because whenever I think of Leech, I always think of the white kid that they got from the third X-Men.
So what did he look like? Was he born that way?
Yes.
All right.
And what Justin's talking about right now.
Well,
because
Darwin was born that way. Leech, I'm not sure.
The X-Men movie that was supposed to be Leech, if you remember. When Juggernaut.
He was the bald white kid. Remember, he tried to
turn off people's powers.
Yeah.
Well, that's why that's like. Were they born that way, or is it just something they were turned into because of their powers?
I mean, you typically when you have motherfuckers that have that level of power or that kind of mutation, it's usually from birth. It usually doesn't happen unless there have been a couple people who was like, oh no, I'm changing. Usually it's from birth. Like baby Nightcrawler still looks like Nightcrawler.
Yeah.
So, yeah. That was actually why his mother fled because they thought his mother was a witch, or his mother might have been a witch. I think it was Mystique in disguise, I think, or something like that. And she had to hide him from the people because he was fucking blue and he had a devil tail. And you were like, I don't think he could do that until he was like 7 or something.
Could you imagine
a baby that just disappears like that? Oh shit! Where?
I mean, that's basically what's the name? Incredibles.
Yeah, right. Or the baby from JoJo that turned invisible.
Yeah.
Shit was great.
I'm trying to think of like other. Mad at the lanterns. Or that are ugly.
That's what I was trying to go through. He's
ugly to us, but on their world they are not considered ugly.
So you're saying you make out with Kilowog?
I'm not saying I'll make out with Kilowog, but
we're talking about from your perspective, though.
No, I'm not talking about from my perspective. I'm saying, are there any ugly? What in their own universe are they considered ugly?
Because we're talking about your attraction to them.
It's not my attraction to them.
That's what spawned the conversation.
I'm not saying that do you think I'm attracted to Superman? Because fuck that motherfucker.
I said Superman last night. You were like, Superman. Well, you didn't say anything, actually.
Exactly. I don't find him attractive at all, but he is a good-looking superhero. I honestly think
you were just like not listening to me like you do sometimes. It's okay.
No, you the motherfucker don't listen to me.
Trying to think of because Inhumans are like the default for like ugly heroes.
But see, I do not.
I mean, because they go to Terra Genesis and they look different.
Yeah.
See, for anyone that's not from our world, it's again, I go on their world. Are they ugly? If they are, they're like Thanos, ugly as fuck on his world. So he's an ugly motherfucker.
Inhumans are humans though. They're just humans that got played with.
Am I wrong though? On his own planet, they wanted to kill him for how ugly he was. He's an ugly motherfucker.
He's an immortal that looks like a deviant. So yeah, his mom tried to kill him when he was born, and his dad stopped it.
Ugly motherfucker. Just like if we went to their world, we would look ugly as fuck.
Who are Eternals?
They're
human.
No, I said like any other.
There are like human-looking people in space.
So if you go to Kilowog,
I said human-looking people.
I'd say if you go to Kilowog's planet, they're like, "Who the fuck is this ugly motherfucker?" Be like, "Oh, my planet, bitch, I'm the most handsome."
Well, me, I'm ugly, so I might be the specific
That's
type
a fucking lie.
I might be the specific type of handsome that might be appealing to them.
See, Justin just wanted to go to that planet with all the Hispanic women that America Chavez is from.
Hi, Poppy.
America Chavez is nasty.
Sit down for a second. Yeah, Miss America. She's
Wait, hold up. Speaking of Miss, so why not put in ugly superheroes? And Wonder Woman was the first one to pop up.
That was so fucked up. Searches that on Google, it's just like Wonder Woman. I'm like,
oh god!
And then I was like, she saw that, and that's the reason why. That's the reason why she turned evil, because she saw that. Somebody's like, "Who the fuck said I'm ugly?"
Batman.
She would beat the brakes off of Batman.
I mean, she was supposed to kill Terry's parents. She was supposed to kill Terry's parents.
Terry's? She was the one that they were like, go do that?
Yeah. Because you know how they basically did, like, they always need a Batman. So they were basically trying to turn Terry into the new Batman. So they needed someone to kill his parents so he could go through, yeah.
Oh, and then that's when they were like, no, this is a better way.
Yeah, because that's when he found out that his DNA was, like, really close to Bruce Wayne's and all this.
Like, is his or something like that. Because
they injected his dad with,
They injected his dad with Bruce Wayne's bullshit so that his testicles which is the fucking craziest thing.
Fat balls.
His testicles would produce sperm that have Bruce Wayne's DNA instead of his own DNA, which I'm like, how the fuck do you even do that? But okay, sure, whatever. Like, like nigga, what level of like ball research went into this shit?
Now, the question is, how many times did they test it before they was like, okay, we probably got it right?
God. And then whose family are they ruining by being like, yo, you're gonna have my child?
Culture vultures.
I want Felicia's life always going somewhere. Oh, because bye, Felicia. And why is a white girl wearing that? Because they're out of touch.
You see the first part.
No, yeah.
When culture vultures don't know Felicia was a crackhead, I want Felicia's life always going somewhere. It's like
always go to the crack house. Yeah.
Fucking culture vultures.
That reminds me of when someone said that after Long Time Road came out, they're like, oh, black people are trying to
Old Town Road.
Yeah, Old Town Road. They're like, oh, black people are trying to take country music. It's like, wait, are you saying black people are trying to like culturally appropriate black or country music? You sure you want to go that route?
Because we kind of started that, but
yeah.
okay. You started.
Still trying to think of like other ugly superheroes for Joe.
Ugly superheroes.
In this episode,
Goku. No, okay. Fuck.
Trying to think. I mean, I was gonna say Wolfsbane, but Wolfsbane is basically like a werewolf, though.
Yeah.
So that one's a tricky one. Because when she's normal, she's normal. When she's not normal,
I said Jonah Hex.
Yeah, because he had the scar.
Yeah.
Beast.
I wouldn't say Beast is really all that ugly.
Well, I mean, from perspective of like
his face is still normal. Well, yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Depending
like,
on who's writing him, he might have a snout, but if he has a regular face, it's usually not bad looking.
But if hey, we're gonna set Beast up with a blind date with someone, and it's like, haha,
it's just blue. Like, I don't fucking. You don't like blue?
Beast wasn't that bad looking of a character.
Well, it depends. You're thinking of him from Kelsey Grammer.
No, I'm going off the animated comics and also animated comics. The animated series and the comics.
Animated comics?
Yeah.
I mean, it depends.
That's basically what Comics Explained is, because the dude just goes through the comics as he's like, talking about what's happening, and the comics are like, the comic panels are scrolling, but it doesn't show you everything, but,
Oh, what's the name? He was a superhero for a little while.
Yeah, Namor. He's ugly as fuck.
Lobo. He's in part of Justice League.
Yeah. I wouldn't count him as a hero. He's definitely not a hero. I said Deadpool, but he was like, oh, Deadpool's not enough of a hero. I'm like, Deadpool led the Avengers in Uncanny Avengers. What do you like?
Brood Professor X. And it's Professor X when he has like the Brood taking over. He has a Brood head.
I would say alternate versions of characters don't count. Of the same person. You know what I mean?
Trying to think.
Yeah, same. I really.
See, I didn't bring the encyclopedia with me. You should have told me. I gotta get the new ones now too. Actually,
ugly heroes.
Depending on when you look at cable.
That's fucked up. Images. The Thing.
Mm-hmm.
I mentioned that, remember? We were debating on that one.
Yeah, because The Thing, I mean, he doesn't...
Again, that's one of the weird ones where it's like, he himself isn't that bad looking, but him forced to be in that is...
It's a picture of Wonder Woman again. Oh my god, why? What? She's not ugly. What are you talking about?
Maybe she's ugly to the other Amazons.
Oh my goodness.
That's why they kicked her off the island.
That guy's not ugly. That's a tattoo. They're trying to say the dude from Suicide Squad, the fire dude, is ugly. I'm like, that's a tattoo.
Diablo?
Yeah.
Jumbo.
But see, it's stuff like that where it's like you have to put it in consideration for like how people are perceiving it, and that's why I like say if it's on their world, they are ugly.
No,
I would consider them
too far into it. I'm saying you from your perspective because we were talking about your.
I just thought of two good ones.
Mm.
Swamp Thing and Man Thing.
I thought Swamp
They're not
Thing
heroes. They're assholes.
I thought they were like villains.
They're not.
I don't know. Again, I don't know.
They are neutral.
They are environment warriors.
If you fuck with the environment enough, they will come after you. Or if you enter a certain area, they'll.
So I think Swamp Thing's been a White Lantern before.
Yes. He's also been an avatar for the green. Apparently, you remember the thing you were talking about where the Beast Boy is red because he taps into the red or whatever? Apparently there's a bunch of different like things like that, like the red and all that stuff. The red is for animals. The melt is for like rocks and shit. The white or the clear. No, the clear is for aquatic life. The green is for plants. The white is like wind and stuff like that. It's fucking weird. It's weird. They all have like a person or an entity that's like a avatar for them.
Okay.
So fucking weird.
So I remember I was reading something about Beast Boy tapped into the red, that's why he can turn into animals. And when he went to the demon world, he tapped into whatever they have there, which is why he can turn into demons.
Which is dumb because the red is not just animal, or like he can turn into fish.
Yeah.
And that's technically not represented in the red.
Yeah.
So he can tap into more than just the red. Which means he could turn into almost anything. He could turn into fungus.
I heard he could turn into a Kryptonian. I'm like,
very dumb. So maybe his powers depend on what planet he's on.
It could be. I don't know.
Because his that's not originally what his thing was. Originally, his thing was supposed to be that he had contracted some kind of weird ass virus
from a green monkey.
No, it was that his dad turned him into the green monkey because that was the only thing on Earth that didn't respond to the.
I thought he got bit by the monkey.
No.
Oh, okay.
Apparently, his dad turned him into the green monkey because it was the only thing that could resist the virus. Mm. So he turned him into it for 24 hours, and then when he turned back, it like permanently changed his skin green and all sorts of stuff, and then he could turn into different animals.
So his last name Tucker, or
so is it
kind of because his parents were abusive apparently.
Was it Rebirth or New 52 where they did the whole?
He's red and everything.
Well, the from McGann.
I know that's Young Justice. I don't know if they ever.
I was curious if that came from one of those.
I have no idea.
Because I don't know how accurate Young Justice is, but usually the cartoons are usually
kind of not.
Well, I won't say usually the cartoons are more accurate because they can pull directly. You don't have to worry about too much.
They can, but they also do a thing where they like don't care sometimes.
That is
like
true.
Fucking Calder's not a character that existed. He's made for Young Justice, I believe.
Actually, I think he was in what's the name too. Flashpoint. Did Flashpoint come out, or like the Flashpoint storyline, was that before Young Justice? Like the Young Justice storyline? I'm not sure, but I know he was in it because
that's what I'm saying. Like I don't know if the Young Justice storyline.
Then again,
where it even fits.
I'm referring to the movie, not necessarily the comic.
And they update the movies based on like current landscape. So.
Because I remember he was with Aquaman when they went after Lex Luthor and him.
Yeah.
And Deathstroke. And I was like, oh, my boy Calder's back. It was weird seeing Aquaman rolling deep with Calder and Black Manta. Like, yo, let's go handle these bums.
Bruh, like, how bad is it that we're on the same side?
But, I mean, that was back when, Aquaman clapped them cheeks. Then Mera got upset. Wonder Woman took out Mera. Then wore her crown. And then Aquaman was like, you killed my wife and you wear her crown as a trophy. And Wonder Woman was like, no, I wear this to show people don't mess with me. And then they went to war.
That was that story was the ultimate, bruh, just fuck. Like you could save the entire world by just fuck.
Again, it's the first time it didn't do the trick.
Apparently, well, no, the first time it did do the trick. That's the reason why there's a war, because you shouldn't have been fucking her in the first place. He gave her the dick so good that she was just like, I'm gonna kill your wife because I need it. Mm-hmm. What do you mean you're not gonna fuck? I wonder how people actually felt about Wonder Woman being like that, because that is very much not sane. Like it's kind of crazy.
I mean, she also did like stab Billy in the chest when he was in human form.
Yeah, it's fucked up.
That was
weird because that was like Shazam was like a bunch of kids instead of just
one. That was the whole like Shazam family
had to come together to all be him, which was weird.
But that's when he's like Captain Thunder though.
Something like that.
But it was my whole thing with that is like she compelled this man to say Shazam, and I'm like, if you can compel someone who's running off the power of like 6 gods,
she shouldn't be able to do that.
Why is Darkseid a problem?
Word.
Why is Doomsday a problem?
Because Darkseid's not a god. He's some weird other thing.
Yeah, but it's one of those things where it's like, if you can compel people to just do stuff, why don't you always do that? Instead of like, oh, Superman just got punched through a building by Brainiac.
I need to do some research on Doomsday because I need to know if it's like an old Kryptonian virus or if it's like a... So I know it changes a lot. I want to know the original thing.
I know in some stuff it's a Kryptonian that got experimented on.
Yeah.
And some stuff it was like something else that got experimented on. And some stuff is like a biological weapon.
Mm-hmm.
Because there's like the Phantoms and the Phantom Zone. Sometimes it's that.
Some stuff they say it's almost like how, you know how like the Super Saiyan is a legend that the Saiyans have. It's almost like it's kind of like that where it's like, oh, be careful. So it's like their form of cancer or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
So it's one of those things like if it's that bad, but only one pops up. It's like, oh no, it's Kryptonian cancer, but there's only one of them though.
Yeah, but it spreads to other people and also beats the fuck out of anyone who tries to stop it. So it's like,
you know what? I wonder if it is from
just being a doctor. Man.
I wonder does I mean, I don't know. So I'm curious. Does he need sunlight to get beefy? Doomsday?
I don't know
because we only ever see him on Earth.
I don't know what it does to alter the
beefy on Earth.
Well, I'd imagine it's a problem for them because even if it doesn't get stronger on Krypton, it's still compared to them like a Hulk.
That is true.
So it's like, yeah, that's still a problem. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Well, guess we'll just leave it because Joe's sitting there looking at his phone.
Well, it's a conversation that I didn't know anything about, so I was gonna wait to chime in.
I mean, we can take it back to
ask questions and stuff, man.
Terrible people.
Asking questions, how you learn.
Talk about how people be on Tinder with the Saiyan Scouter.
I feel bad because I taught my niece how to do that. Because she watches, she like goes through Tinder with me, and she's like, Uncle, stay away from her. I'm like, what? She is cute. She's like, no, she doesn't.
I ain't calling her
like,
auntie.
Pretty much. I'm like, all right, fine.
Or no, Joe. This was one day. It was either him or it was Arnaldo, and they was reading the Tinder accounts and the robot voice.
I know it's me then because Arnaldo doesn't even read those things. He goes.
So it was him. He was reading the stuff in robot voice. So it's like, my name is Shelley.
Oh,
I like kayaking. It was mad, yeah.
Because I was bored. I was just sitting there reading it like fuck. Because I can't remember who it was, but I found one Tinder profile where it was like she sounded like she was trying to say all the things she knew you wanted to hear, and that's the reason why I was like, oh, she sounds like she's fucking like made for people. You know what I mean? Like she's trying to appeal to too many people. Mm. Hi, my name is Shelley. I enjoy long walks on the beach.
And then
take me hiking.
A little while after that, we went to a con. There was a Saiyan Scouter. I'm like, yo,
I need to buy one of
Saiyan
those.
Scouter on.
Next time I go to a con, I'm buying one because I see them every single time I go to one. I'm like, I need one. Fucking, why does everybody want to go hiking and fucking?
Actually,
everybody on
there was a death about there was a local who went somewhere and went hiking and they like fell off the cliff or something.
Like, I don't understand why people want to go hiking. It's like, if you want to walk around a park, walk around a neighborhood, walk around something like that. Why are you going hiking in the middle of nowhere on a fucking mountain and then be surprised when someone... Are you fucking serious? Who is that? You said, what is her name? Sarah Jessica Parker?
Okay, firstly,
what's the white woman's
Firstly,
name?
it's Julie Roberts.
Whatever, I don't care.
You can't disrespect her like that fugly horse-looking thing.
Wow. To me, they're the same.
Are you fucking what?
Hey, are you about to say I'm fucking crazy? Because I'm about to say yes.
Well, I know you're crazy, but
are you crazy? Yes. Are you dumb? Yes.
I can't believe they're this level of fucking stupid.
They were going to get Julia Roberts to play Harriet Tubman.
And she turned it down.
Are you fucking Julia Roberts? That was possibly the smartest move you've ever made in your career. Bravo to you. Because what were you gonna do? Smother her in chocolate and be like, oh yeah, fucking have her there. Do it up. I'm gonna dress you like a Confederate soldier, say blah blah blah. You go save all the black people. You like that, Julia? Like, if you want to play Harriet Tubman, your name can't be Julia, or Emily, or Rachel, or Rebecca. Definitely not Rebecca.
Or Holly.
Becky. Oh my god. Yeah, that's All right. Anybody else have anything they want to talk about, real quick, Joseph? Nothing at all. Okay.
I just want to tell everybody to be safe out there.
Word. Hiking is not safe. Don't do it.
Hiking is safe if you go to the right places. You know, don't go where there's mountain lions or, you know,
other people.
Bears.
You know, or like, you know, the Grand Canyon and you want to take a selfie, you're on the edge of it and you're like, one more step won't hurt.
Woo! Or that place in China. Remember with the bridges that are like they're like.
I want to go there to walk on that.
You're dumb as fuck.
I want to. It'll be so much fun.
You gotta go to
because I will be recording to see someone get fucked up by them pretending that the glass is breaking.
That's the glass one.
Yeah, because I want to see. One? Yeah, I want to see.
I'm about to say,
I'm
like,
out.
If you're talking about the one that hugs the cliff, I'm like, Joe, I'm not gonna let you go there.
Oh,
me and Shadow will hold you the fuck. I will kick you in the chest. Exactly. That's why I was like, why do you want to go there?
I thought you were talking about the glass one.
No. I thought you were talking about the one that hugs the cliff. I was about to be like, we have to restrain this man. Fuck that.
Do I look white to you?
I mean,
do you really want to ask me that question? Do you really want to ask me that question, Mister? I try to claim white on my taxes.
I don't
wait.
Oh,
you tried to.
No, I did not.
Yeah.
Because if I did, you think I'd be living here?
That's what I'm saying. You try to get out. Get out.
Also, how's the acquisition of your house? The one you got to stay in for a year?
He hasn't gone up there.
Wait, what?
The squatters' rights place.
Yeah.
Oh.
See, that's gonna happen. He gonna finally go up there. Someone else gonna be squatting already.
Somebody's living in the west part of the house. You were living in the east wing.
I mean, if people were willing to help me with that, which, you know, like bringing me food and shit, I'll be in there all I get that house. Only issue is it's not like Texas where it's $16. Here is $24, and that's fucking bullshit.
$8 more to get a fucking mansion. Ooh, but then you gotta pay property tax on it, don't you?
Oh yeah, like once it's yours, you have to pay the property tax.
Property taxes are probably stupid.
You have to find you'll basically have to find a job like that you can do from there to save money, so that when the property tax kick in, then you can start paying for it.
I mean, the property tax for the one that I was looking at is
also where the money for the food gonna come from.
It's about
nigga, I gotta feed you for a year.
like I said.
See, I feel like that would be hilarious if he won the lottery. And instead of buying it, he still in the squat. He just had us use his lottery winnings to feed him.
No, that's how
you keep the money.
That's how you get fucked up. Somebody knows you staying in the house by yourself and no fucking electricity, nothing like that.
This man's got a generator in the basement.
Also, you hear people walking around in this size house. I literally had to come home yesterday because this motherfucker like, yo, I heard somebody in the house. I'm like, the fuck? I was around the corner, so I come home. We had to search the whole house with weapons.
That's what I did the other.
You search a house weapon. I'm just walking around.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm not big as fucking throwing people out the window and shit.
What you would throw people out the window? I can't throw anyone out the window.
You can easily throw people out the window. Stop
Says
fucking
who?
playing. Why? Says physics, nigga. Have you looked at yourself? This is the same motherfucker. Wait, hold on a second. This is the same motherfucker that last night. Wow, my arm is so big. Yo, my arm is so long. I didn't realize it was that big. I'm like, nigga, do you not like?
Eat them shrooms again.
Bruh. It was around the time. I think he got a contact from I was about to say Eric. Contact from damn, I can't remember his name. Steven, yeah.
You know, he left him out so long in the cold.
I was trying to forget about him. Why? Did he just
Well, no, because if you grab something, like, you know damn well you shouldn't be able to grab that shit. It's like,
no.
Like, for real, like, yo, did I just really just fucking grab this shit with ease? It just be
this
random.
motherfucker sometimes he acts like a 5-year-old that just woke up in his body. Like he doesn't know what the fuck to do. Like he's just like, oh wow, so, I'm so strong.
If he was a copywriter, he had the Guyver reaction for the first week.
God,
he's walking to the store, transform.
This nigga just be laying on the couch, transform. It's like, what are you doing?
Uses Battleizer to like make food.
Oh my god. He would too.
I would not.
Like, yeah, we about to flash fire some steak. How?
Hidden shit. You definitely get that house. You might try to come up and be like, yeah. I was watching some O's for nostalgia's sake. Yeah. Ooh.
I would like to state, for the record, I'm not capable of throwing people out the window.
That's a fucking lie.
I'm not strong.
Lies.
I am tall.
Understatement.
I have martial arts training.
Understatement.
I love how
does not mean I'm capable of doing abnormal human shit.
See?
Shadow just Shadow just like lies. Great. That's a great way to cap it. All right. Take care.
Over here, play Destiny.
All right, peace.
Peace.
Bye.